turf, and I fall right eye. Nothing remains, nothing rewinds. A turf for a turf, and I fall right eye. Nothing remains, nothing rewinds. Taste your own divine. Can you hear the sound in the silence? Relentlessly striking through the walls. What's it gonna take to erase my sense? But I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong at all. I've said it all before, but don't be surprised when you see me come alive. When there's nothing in between us. I wanna tell for myself. I wanna die for a die. The sky will burn so bright for only you inside. I've become your shadow, your misery was mine. Tell me what it's like to be on the other side. I've become shameless, now taste your own divine. A sweet revenge, it takes me higher. Subconsciously, I'm ready to fall. When there's nothing in between us, I wanna tell for a child. I wanna die for a die. Nothing remains. The sky will burn so bright for only you inside. I've become your shadow, your misery was mine. Tell me what it's like to be on the other side. I've become shameless, now taste your own divine. We're taking back what's mine. Red eye for red eye. A turf for a turf, and I fall right eye. Nothing remains, nothing rewinds. A turf for a
Everyone, I hope you're all well. I hope you all have you had a good weekend. This is about to end. Today we're going to be jumping in to a very exciting banger of a match that is going to be these two teams. One team is excited to win, the other one is excited to dominate. So we're gonna find out who exactly is going to be taking the win today. Two teams that already have quite a bit of experience in the tournament, but today I'm joined here by Giga and I'm joined by Kaito, who will be taking us through the very lovely draft. So Kai and Giga, take us off.
Different perspectives expose
Your
the same
team is
truth.
banned.
3, 2, 1.
Butterflies born by thy
Your
wish,
team is banned.
guided by lantern's light.
Welcome to the greatest magic show of all
Your
time!
team is banning.
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the
team is
shadows
banning.
that plague this world.
We are glue.
Your team is banning.
Mischief.
Let them play the hero.
Your
I will be
team
the
is
truth
picking.
this world desperately needs.
Crowned by heaven's mandate,
Your team is
my
picking.
legacy shall endure.
Sand rises when I give the word. The clouds are ever shifting, but
Your
this
team
heart
is
remains
picking.
steadfast.
First rule around here, break all the rules.
I didn't cure the pain.
Your
I
team
harnessed
is
it.
picking.
I'm pretty sure this is going to be a pretty.
Gushin is a bit of an interesting one. Oh, okay,
I'm
they go for the
born
Your
Guinevere.
with
team
talent.
is
Guinevere
banning.
jungle. What do you think of Guinevere jungle here, Giga?
I think the Guinevere jungle is really good right now. I've seen it being used quite often in other professional regions
Mm-hmm.
in the competitive scene, and she is one of the strongest junglers right now, which I kind of forgot about. So there wasn't just Leo, there was Gwyn. But now, coming in with the second banning phase, with Leo still open, let's see if they're gonna ban him now.
They definitely okay. They are, both teams have started taking their time, really thinking about what they're
My
going to
mission
ban.
is to protect
Hylos.
Your
lives.
team is banning.
Hylos is a pretty valid ban because Zetian Hylos combo is a really scary initiation, along with the carry to melt whatever gets caught in the barrage of stuns.
Come on, Dexter. It's our
Your
showtime.
team is banning.
So I'm
Claw is always a good matchup against the carry with the way he can poke her due to her limited range. So that was a pretty good ban coming in from Vanguard.
This is the last ban for the side of Dragon Crew. Let's see what they decide. What do you?
Minotaur,
Oh, there we go.
Your
Minnow.
will
team
finish
is
off what
banning.
was left undone.
I think
Minotaur
that
ban.
was
Sorry, you can continue.
no. I was gonna say, though those last two bans, I think they make a lot of sense. They do make a lot of sense, but also those are two of the heroes that Jay Wise likes to. He's pretty good with them in Rome.
I see. Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty good ban, especially with how dominant Minotaur is in our server.
Come and join
Definitely.
me in my
Your
dream
team
world.
And then they're gonna ban the Lunox. That is a pretty interesting ban. Maybe
It's not what I expected.
I thought they were going to ban another gold laner because of the Claude, but maybe I don't know. Lunox gold lane is still possible and could lane pretty well against carry. But maybe that was just for mid lane and I'm overthinking it.
Maybe it was just for mid lane. Let's see. The first pick of the second phase for Dragon Crew. Do you think this would be a Sora gold lane?
I don't think so. There
Chivalry
he
is
is.
dead.
Yeah, there we
I
go.
will
team is
revive
I
it.
don't think he would have went up well against a carry.
Yeah, it would not have been a fun time for him. Sasuke's gonna hover the Hayabusa. It might be. Oh, and there is the Leo Mort. Okay. Gushin.
Fusion.
Kalia.
See, just showing us that he has the skin.
Valor and royalty
Oh,
in
and
a dead
there's the
body.
Leo Mort that should have been banned a
Muscle
while
of
ago or
iron.
picked.
Oh, picked
Your
up.
then
team
the
is
catcher.
picking.
Alright, so it's a scary comp from the side of Vanguard with Leomord and Zetian, Valentina for the Sora,
Valentina.
and Gatut for the Avatar of Guardian to engage. The draft
This
for
game,
Vanguard is looking very solid. What do you think
yeah, I
of
really
Dragon
like it.
Crew's draft?
I think Dragon Crew also has a pretty good draft. They have Khalid for initiations and team fights for poking. I think they also, Khalid's a pretty irritating hero. I think he comes straight. He's right after Hilda. They're pretty similar, but not the same. I think they also have a pretty good draft for initiating. The one thing
The
I think they
southern
should have done
seas
was
are
ban out the
my
Valentina because now
domain.
they are going to be going. Sora is going to be going versus himself
Right,
in
and
this game.
Valentina during laning can poke the Sora really badly.
Yeah,
So
and not just that. In team fights, if she has Sora's ult, she can really turn the game around.
that is true. So, which side's draft are you favoring more
I'm
towards?
going to favor Vanguard. And hopefully they don't disappoint me. Valentina, do your thing. Hopefully they don't disappoint me with this.
I gotta agree with you. Their draft seems to be more balanced and thought out than Dragon Crew's draft, but their draft isn't bad either. So it's going to come down to how they play. So good luck to both teams, and yeah, let's see how this plays out.
Certainly. Can you guys hear me fine? Whoa, the mic is a bit too loud. Welcome back to the chat. Thank you, Giga and Kai. I believe Giga's going to be joining me for the first game. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Alright, perfect. Hopefully you guys find the audio is audible and you guys are able to fully hear what's going on. But yeah, we are back here today with an exciting match. Vanguard Odium came top 8 in the South Africa qualifiers rather, and we're facing another team that came in the top 8 in their country, which is Madagascar. So let's find out how both of these two teams do it. I'm seeing a team fight already starting in the mid lane here. Madness Power. I wonder if Madness knows about this about Madness Power.
Certainly. So it seems like the Khalid and Kadita managed to clear their waves faster and are looking for a gank on top lane. And looks like they do get some damage onto the carry, so that will help Clint out during the lane.
Certainly. And Carrie is one of those heroes. If she's allowed to snowball, she's going to be dealing a tiny amount of damage in that late game. Dante is already engaging here with JY's. Madness Power might be in a lot of trouble, taking some damage, but manages to safely evade the onslaught coming in. I'm interested in the XP lane battle though, the Valentina versus Sora battle. It's always an interesting one to watch. Who does the Sora stuff better, you know?
I agree. So far, in each lane, it does seem to be a stalemate. An engage happening at top lane from the Leomord.
One and engage. First blood goes to the side of Vanguard Odium with 20 seconds up on the map before the next objective comes. That's exactly the type of start they're looking for. Ooh, look at that. Kadita is very low, forced to disengage too, forced to go back straight to the base. As we see as I care. Does he care about the turtle though? Is he going to contest is the question. He's not level 4 yet, so I don't think so. And you see, it looks like Valentina is the one that has level 4 before him.
Vanguard side seems to be much more better positioned to take this turtle, but Gwyn is hiding inside the bush. Will she engage? She gets the 2-man knockdown. Violet Requiem gets the turtle. And then Sora goes in with the shifting cloud. And Kadita with the rough waves gets another kill onto the Valentina. They're going to continue on with the engage with Kelly going in. Vetian flickers. And will she escape?
Oh, that case is not going to be the case. Oh.
And the re-engage from Sasuke gets them another kill, with JY's taking another kill as well. So evening out the playing field.
Certainly. Let me try something. Give me 1 second.
Right.
It's not that loud. Let me see.
So both sides are equal in gold and seems to be playing this patiently, unless Khalid wants to try something. Alright, nothing coming out from Khalid. He's just giving vision and poking a little bit here and there. But Guinevere's gonna go in. Spatial migration doesn't get anyone because of Zeti's passive. She's stuck, caught, and then she goes down with no escape. And then Madness Power goes down too, trying to make something out of it, but to no avail.
Oh.
And then Clint tries to help as well and goes down.
Certainly, I know you guys can now see the kills on the top. Don't worry, I'm ready. What an early game, a very aggressive start from both teams. Definitely not playing it safe. They want to get those kills in this early game. As you see that Sasuke is finally leading that stage where he's going to have a lot more damage. But I also saw an AOG there. I mean, the AOG's been pretty good. 16 seconds towards the next objective. Conslita goes in with the rough waves and secures the kill on JY's as they look to try and make a gank on the top lane against Kumal, who's on the marksman lane again this time. Not on the... Ooh, actually they go in. Phantom Speed committed and they might be able to get a kill here in that exchange. But the sacrifice was a kill on the bottom lane where Dante is the one that went down. So very interesting stuff so far, Sora, from this team's Giga. I'm thinking both of them are very aggressive. Both of them are just bringing the heat. As we see, the next engage is going to be happening at the objective. Sora goes into the backline. Agvitar of the Guardian committed. Retribution goes straight to the Leomord as there's still more teams after. Rough is committed by the Kadita, but not enough damage yet. But good trade for the side of Vanguard.
That was a really good set coming in from the Zetian, winning out the team fight for them. And now they're going to use that gold lead to capitalize off of more.
Oh, I see. I see what the people meant now. This is thank you, Matthew, for letting me know. Now you should be able to see it. There we go. I was like, what do you mean you can't see the score? Anyways, here it is. You can see the teams now. The score is 0-0. That is why the score is not there. But the next team fight again is about to happen in the top lane. Giga, what does Sora need to do? Ooh, actually, Sora's trying something, but nothing yet. No damage in the meantime.
What I think Sora for Dragon Crew has to do right now is to just set better than the Valentina can set, which I do think is quite difficult because Valentina does have 2 dashes compared to Sora's 1 dash, as well as an initial stun from her first kill combo. Oh, and looks like Sasuke gets another kill on Kumal, and it's looking for more.
Oh, that is not going to happen. Kadita with a fantastic rough waves there, so it looks like it's a much more even game than the side of Vanguard is used to, as they're still trying to keep up the hate here. I believe both of these teams won their last game, so they both have one solid win in this tournament, so it's not going to be their first time winning. I think they have 3 points each, but we're going to find out who goes in. Madness Power goes in, slightly overextended, but he does have JY's in his grasp, forces them to retreat. But the next team fight is about to spawn in the next 20 seconds. Rough waves from the Kadita. Does she have it? No, JY's commits the revitalize. What a wise decision to go in, but oh, Phantom Steed committed by Sasuke is going for the Khalid, but Khalid manages to flicker out of there and safely heals up. It looks like Sasuke is still interested in this battle, but here we are, the Dragon Crew versus Vanguard Odium at the next future objective. Can they finally get one from this exchange? It looks like they are definitely interested. Violet Rikome is ready. Sora goes into the background. It's actually Valentino goes in, but Sora comes back at the same time. Avatar of the Garden committed by the Gato, dealing damage. Rough waves committed. The Retribution goes straight to Sasuke once again, and it looks like the damage is coming. Flickered used by the Sora here. Phantom Tease comes out. They get a kill on JY's, and there's so much battle still happening right now. Shinnon might be in trouble. Doesn't have the escape still ready. He gets taken out of that exchange. So kills about even, but it's the lead is slowly going to the side of Vanguard Odium. As I see in the top lane, Switch is fighting Kumal, forcing him in the lane. In the bottom lane, same thing. Yeah, Madness is trying to protect the turret.
That was a very interesting team fight. Before the turtle spawned, I would say that Dragon Crew did have a very nice disengage, but when it came to the re-engagement during turtle fight, it was kind of like they were all fighting their own battle, and then same with Vanguard, but eventually they were the first team to finally fight as one and then ended up winning that fight. But now it seems like Kadita commits the rough waves, doesn't get anything out of it. Sora with the shifting clouds also doesn't get anything, but Madness Power still wants something.
Oh, look at the Violet Ripton coming in from the Valent. Oh, they get one kill. It's a mega kill coming from their side. They're still trying to go in here. JY is going in. Phantom Steed committed. Oh, the Empress, they still got the damage coming here. Revitalize comes out, but it's not going to be enough to save IK. So he got back to base. In the top lane, it's a 1v1 with Switch eliminates Kumar. As in the bottom lane, there's the team fight coming here. Violet Rickham is not in play. Sasuke versus the Gwen, but Gwen safely escapes. And it looks like it's going to be another relaxing session of just healing each other out as two turrets for the side of Dragon Crew's opponents. They're going to be able to, might be able to take a red buff here. Switch is there. He actually got it before the objective. Used his Purifier to get out of there. I think he's happy with that engage. He got the red buff, so, but he did end up falling in that exchange though.
Right, I do think it was a very crucial kill that they managed to get onto the carry to delay her from farming up all her items, but it does seem like she has just finished her Trinity build, so now they definitely gotta watch out for her damage. While Clint is still on the back foot with Rose Gold's second item, so he's lacking damage. Oh, looks like another team fight's gonna happen. Two Soras both using their ult. Zetian still hasn't used ult, but now does. But no kills for either side. Violet Requiem comes in and then gets the Gator. Gator dies, but Gwyn also falls, and so does Sora and Khalid.
And they're still going in, man. So much ultimates came out of that exchange. The most crucial one definitely being the Fury of the Phoenix coming out there. They managed to at least start the objective coming in here. And it looks like they're going to do this uncontested. 3 members are down for the side of Dragon Crew. as it looks like, I'm not sure how the vote is looking, I'm gonna check after this, but so far Vanguard seem to have back control of the game.
First Lord going to Vanguard with a 4k gold lead. Now, what I think Dragon Crew should do is maybe look for a pickoff so they can defend the Lord easier, while Vanguard just needs to play more disciplined, less team fighting, more sinking waves, and waiting for Lord, which spawned just now.
Definitely, but that's not going to be the case. They're already engaging right now. Valid Breakroom committed into the backline. Shin and Jet's taken out. That's an unstoppable coming in from Sasuke. As Khalid wants to pick up someone here from the backline. It looks like Zetian might. Who's his target actually? He goes in for Erkrit. Can he get the kill? Oh, that's not going to be the case as they've lost 2 members before. Oh, the recalls are coming out from JYs as they need to start defending the base right now. The Lord is marching down. 3 turrets to the side of Vanguard Odium. As they look to I mean, they've already synced the wave. They can at least try to take down one of the turrets here. And oh, Phantom T is coming soon into the AOG. That gets landed straight by JYs. We're going to be able to get another kill. 2 kills being taken out. That's a double kill coming from Switch as the Lord is marching down here. The mid lane is also going to be synced. I mean, the passive at least saves them just a bit now, a bit longer.
There's going to be another set of minion waves coming in from both lanes. Guinevere tries to catch the Valentina but doesn't. So I don't know. Dragon Crew tried to look for a pickoff earlier, like I said, when Lord was spawning, but it was just all over the place. So they didn't manage to get anyone. While Vanguard still rotating together and playing this very cleanly.
Certainly, man. Very aggressive composition coming in from both teams. Despite the gold lead, they're still bringing the brawls coming here. Sora goes in, Roughway's committed. Elris goes back in. He's forced to flicker out of that exchange as Dragon Crew's people are still chasing. They're going in. Madness goes in. Oh, Emperor of the Phoenix committed, but what a fantastic ultimate coming in from the Roma. They're getting in the double kill, coming for the carry. A monster kill for the Leomord, and it looks like that's a shutdown kill. That's exactly what they need. Switch is recalling here. They are interested in ending. They're trying to end this game in a 1-0 thrashing before the next game starts. They're trying to end this game. Roughway is committed by the Khadija. I think that saves them quite a bit because there are no minions here to end the game. Switch seems to think that he can end the game without the minions. They're waiting 3 seconds for Madness to come back. IK is going to be back in a few more seconds. And it looks like they got their sights set on ending the game. The side of Vanguard, Odium, they locked onto the turret. They want to try and end this game. That's a destroyed turret coming from Kerry. Locks onto the base. And they are able to end. So Switch's prediction is correct. That's 1-0 to the side of Vanguard Odium. As they take victory in this very first game between these 2 very, very top teams from both countries. So let's find out how they do in game 2. But Giga, what are your thoughts on the first game as we move to game 2?
I think Vanguard played this really well. I wasn't too much of a fan of the Zetian first pick, but Dante out here really showing out his mastery over the hero with the Fury of the Phoenixes.
Certainly, man. GG's to the side of Vanguard as we move into game 2. We're going to be bringing you guys the action in the next 2 minutes. But yeah, so stay tuned as we get both teams ready. It's a best of 2, obviously, so it's still possible for the side of Vanguard Odiums to lose this if Ryu picks up their boots and they're able to make a comeback. So we see you guys soon.
Cut. Ooh, lots of damage getting dealt on this minnow. He heals it up all up almost immediately there. Oh, Sora flickers in. That's a huge ult by him. That's first ulting the background. And Minnow survives, flickers back to safety. Look at this fight. All that to get a Phobius. But will that be enough to satiate this team? No, it will not. They're going back in. The Clint is very high. The Minnow is very low. Will he get a kill? Yes, he will. The Sky Piercer being procced there. We see Gushin getting a kill on the Kaja in the back. Huge fight there. But mid lane will be defended by Crimson Knights. Unless this Haya can get a huge kill here in the back. No, he cannot. In fact, he is going to fall to the Gushin. But this Gushin, ew, he barely survives there. What a huge fight for Crimson Knights there, managing to get the Haya right before load. Will they take advantage of this situation though? Also damage being dealt on the backline here. Fossa does ult. The Sora a bit low here. Fossa, that is gonna be mega kill for the Gushin. We see them going back in. Huge damage getting dealt by the ooh, look at this. The Gushin goes back in. We do see the Gushin that's trying to get a kill on the Clint, and he does get it. That's unstoppable. Haya ults into nothing there. That is another unstoppable for the Forza, and this should be the freest load to ever be for the side of Crimson Knights. We are getting to the stage of the game where the late game, mid game to late game power spike is hitting hard for Crimson Knights. Ooh, what a huge game so far. Currently, the control is firmly with Crimson Knights, but how long will that last? Sora goes in! That is a huge ultimate by Sora, but will it be enough? That is going to be Gushin going into the background, but he is under the turret. Will it be...
Welcome back, everyone. Giga is going to take us through the draft in Game 2, along with Kai. So enjoy the draft, and good luck to both teams as we move into Game 2.
Welcome back, guys. So, Game 2, this time with Dragon Crew being first pick. Let's see what they're going to ban.
I do feel like after the first game they do have a better feel of each other.
Guided
So
by lantern's
hopefully
light.
we get to see a little more from Dragon Crew. I think their
Different
draft was
perspectives
lacking a bit in the
expose
last
the
game.
same truth.
3, 2.
Also in terms of team fights and stuff.
I agree. Now that they've played against each other once, maybe they're gonna adjust their draft. Maybe include
Yeah.
Leo mode or picking it up.
Valor and
There it
loyalty in a
is.
dead
The
body.
Leo mode ban coming in from Dragon Crew. Marcel
Leo,
banned by Vanguard.
I mean,
Welcome to the greatest mag
and
show of all
Harley.
time.
Is
Harley
banning.
ban. Harley is definitely a good ban. He has been doing pretty well. He's been doing
Your
amazing in
team
jungle.
is banning.
I'm not sure. I think he was supposed to get a nerf. I'm not sure if it came yet though. It
It
was
already
supposed to be.
came. He got like
It
a
did come.
10. He got a 10 base damage nerf on his cards in the early game and like about 30 in the late game.
Yeah,
But
but
they banned Badong and they banned Blue. Badong, he can make pretty good sets and is very annoying to deal with his knockback and movement
Fight
speed.
for the
Blue,
ultimate answer.
everybody knows what he can do. He throws his first skill, second skill sticks onto you, and then you have a parasite on top of you. Very annoying to
then
deal with.
everyone becomes your enemy.
First pick coming in from Dragon Crew with the Hilda. And then Vanguard is going to respond with Carry Kalia.
Your team is picking.
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the shadows
Dragon
that
Crew
plague
picking
this
up the
world.
Suyu over there. What do you think about the Suyu pick?
Suyu is a very strong pick right now. I feel like, in my personal opinion, the best junglers right now are like Leomord, Harley, and Suyu, and they kind of play rock, paper, scissors, in my opinion. I feel like Leo is good into the Harley, Harley's good into the Suyu, and I know that Suyu is good into the Leo. So with 2 of the 3 banned out, and then Dragon Crew picking up the Suyu, I feel like he will be really strong in this match. And then, what is Dragon Crew gonna pick up?
Let them play the hero.
Okay.
Your team
I
is
will be the
picking.
truth this world desperately
I am not
needs.
the
Instead
only
of
one
banning him,
bound
they
Your
by
opted
team
to
these
pick
is
him up this
banning.
time.
Pretty dive-heavy composition right now coming in from Dragon Crew. Encrid picks up the Phoveus, very strong EXP laner right now. Very durable and does a lot of damage too. But I feel like the main focus on Vanguard's draft right now is the Kalia carry combo. Carry, as we've seen from the
Come on,
previous match,
Dexter.
does a
It's
lot
our
of damage.
showtime.
And Kalia is also a really good teammate for her with the Tsunami Slam, where she can just hold someone completely still for the carry to melt.
Definitely.
Vanguard is now going to ban Claude again. Same draft as last time with the carry and then banning out the Claude. Solid from them.
They do have a strategy going on. And let's see what Dragon Crew bans out in their second phase. What do you think they should be banning out at this point?
Crowned by heaven's mandate,
They banned out
my
Zetian.
legacy shall endure.
I thought that they should have banned a jungler because Dragon Crew right now already picked up their jungler, while Vanguard are still missing a jungle pick, while both teams are also missing a mid laner. So banning out Zetian is also limiting their pool at the same time, which I don't think is the greatest idea, but let's see what they make use of. And then comes the Lunox ban again. Interesting.
I think I'm going to ask after this game what the Lunox ban was about.
All right.
I do feel like for the side of Dragon Crew, they've tried to ban out the things that were problems for them, specifically the Leo and the Zetian.
I agree, but now coming in with the final ban, don't tell me it's another mage, because you still need a mage, Dragon Crew. Come on, ban a jungler.
I'm bound by
and
nothing,
they banned
be
the
it family or destiny.
That is a respect ban coming in for Sasuke, because I don't know if you remember, last time he went on the Gushin, he was cooking.
In the tournament?
Yes, he did play Gushin in the tournament once, and he was doing very well. Surprisingly.
The tide of the cosmic
Dante
sea.
picking up the Zask.
Interesting. How many times has Zask been picked up so far in this
I
tournament?
think only once before, or twice. Once or
I
twice
remember
before.
seeing one of the Zask matches, and despite popular beliefs that he was useless, he managed to do quite a lot in the previous match.
Definitely, he did really well that game. I do know that Dante was a Zask main at one point before he hopped onto the Zetian train.
I see. Coming in with the lost picks for Dragon Crew.
It's time to go to the
Lilia.
RT show.
They pick up Lilia and Moscow.
Vengeance
Your team is
incarnate.
picking.
What do you think of those two
No.
picks, Sky?
I wanted to ask you what you think, who would win in the laning phase between Moskov and Carry?
Oh, okay. I think Carrie is going to win out purely because she has a lot more sustain in the early game compared to Moscow. Which
I
means
think Lilia.
is going to win
Yeah.
on raids.
Yeah, I think Lilia is not. I don't think it's a bad
I
pick.
fear
I
no
think her ult
kraken,
is going to give her
for
that
I am the
opportunity to escape
invincible Lancelot.
and go back whenever she needs it. And her damage, Lilia's damage is pretty good, guys. If you know how to utilize your Lilia, you can do great things.
Vanguard with the lost pick being Lancelot. Very interesting pick coming in from Vanguard. But to be fair, there isn't many options left. But
It's true.
as a global Lancelot, a former global Lancelot guy, I don't think he is the best against a Suyu. I've not had a fun time playing against him on my grind to global. But let's see what Sasuke can do on him.
Which draft do you favor between the two of them?
I think I favor Dragon Crew's draft this time because of the Zask pick coming in from Vanguard. But maybe Dante wrong the same way. Last time, the other Zask
Everyone was wrong.
wrong.
Yeah. I do know we haven't seen many Lilias before. Oh, sorry, Nigel. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can.
Welcome to Mobile Legends!
Yeah, I was gonna say, I do know we haven't seen many Lilia picks before in the tournament, especially.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
But hopefully she can show us
them.
something good.
All troops deployed.
Lilia can do pretty good damage against the Zask when he uses his ultimate, as well as the Phoveus if you can lock him down somehow. But yeah, Hilda's going to give vision early. Seems like 3 of the mid trio is gonna start the blue buff while Hilda's still going to continue bothering them. Lilia clears her lane pretty quickly and seems to want to invade with the hit Hilda. Does she get it? No, she doesn't, but Lancelot does use the retry. Lilia in danger right now while Hilda tries to protect her. And the first blood for Sasuke onto Baku Dawn. And then he gets another kill. Double kill for Sasuke in the first minute. Onto the
That's already pretty good. I feel like they did overextend right there. Lilia went a bit too far in, and then when it came to the point of retreating, she couldn't get that fast enough.
Memphis almost gets killed by Dante's Zask, so Dante proving something already. Okay, Sasuke's gonna go for the invade, but I'm not sure if that was the greatest of idea because, okay, he does secure the red buff with Retri. Or does he? Wait, never mind.
Red team hero has
Oh,
been slain. Red team hero has been slain.
I think he invaded Sasuke, so Sasuke did get the red buff in return.
Really?
So even invade, yeah. Look at Sasuke.
Oh, we missed that. We missed that.
But yeah, it's even for both teams so far. That invade, I don't think was the greatest of ideas, but maybe Sasuke can do something again to win back that gold lead they got earlier.
Definitely.
First turtle coming in, I would say that Dragon Crew has the better positioning for it. But Phoveus does get level 4 before Yuzong, and he goes in onto him, but he does commit the flicker as Memphis ganks him with the Suyu. Hilda's fighting vision. And does she get the blue buff? She does!
Blue buff.
Okay, but then she gets punished immediately by Phoveus and Lancelot, and then it goes down the YC2. But they do get the turtle and a blue buff out of it. Can they get Lilia? No, she doesn't. She commits the black shoes and gets away to safety.
I think that was a pretty good exchange for both teams.
Right. I do think that Vanguard got the better trade out of it despite losing out on Turtle.
Yeah. But like, I feel like, you know, neither team walked out empty-handed from that.
That is true. Taking a look at the items, Suyu seems to be going for the Sky Piercer, Lancelot busy on the War Axe, and Zask getting Sky Piercer first item, which is quite interesting. Both marksmen seem to be pretty even on gold, and roamers seem to be even as well. So like very even so far, despite the fact that Vanguard has 2 more kills.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It does look like they're going on to the Moskov over here. Oh, never mind. I was expecting something else. Moskov just dashed away from that.
They engage onto the Lancelot, but Sasuke does manage to escape. Moskov lands the SOD and gets a kill! But now, he's on the run while 3 people are chasing after him. Twitch, Dante, and JY looking for the Moskov. They do manage to find him, and Purify is commit, but he dies.
I do think that was quite a beautiful SOD. Sadly, there was no way out for him.
Maybe there was a way for him to get out if his teammates tried to save him. He was being chased, but unfortunately, that doesn't happen, and he does fall. They're looking for an engage on Lilia, but she does commit the black shoes to get out of that engagement. Carrie's still farming top lane pretty nicely, while second turtle spawns. Looking at the position of everyone on the map, it does seem like blue side will get this because they are better positioned. Moskov lands another SOD, but this time won't get the kill onto JY.
That was pretty close.
It was. Okay, so Memphis is going to start on the turtle. Turtle's already half HP. They get it for free. He does use the retry, so no invade coming in from him. Again, the game is very even. despite the fact that Vanguard has more kills still. While, okay, Sin is gonna look for vision for the team, but that might have been a mistake, as 4 people seem to try to look for him, but he does manage to escape with his first skill, movement speed. Another gold crab goes to switch. They might try to look for something top lane, but Zas does get engaged on, but escapes with his ultimate. Memphis manages to steal the blue buff and are looking for a re-engage onto Sasuke. They manage to get him down, and another kill onto JY. Brilliant initiation from the YZ, as well as Suyu and the Hilda. They're gonna look for another kill onto Dante and do manage to find that. Killing spree for Memphis, and they're also gonna take down the mid lane turret, which means now they can rotate much easier and also invade much more often. That might be the turning point for Dragon Crew. The gold lead is leaning towards them by almost 2,000, while they're still looking for more. Alright, it looks like Memphis is happy with what he got, and now he's going to go back to his side of the jungle to get the missing farm from his side. Moskov manages to take down his own turret. So far for Dragon Crew, everyone seems to be ahead a little bit compared to Vanguard, but Hilda does pop the Purify, but then Tsunami Slap coming from J-Wise, and then Sasuke goes in and gets another kill.
Okay, I am back. I do apologize. I left you alone for a while there.
I know, right? That was so scary.
I'm really sorry. My family was calling and I was like, let me see what's going on here.
Alright, so third turtle, the final turtle of the game number 2 spawning in, and it looks like it's gonna go to Memphis again, but
Blue team has slain
yeah,
the turtle.
no engage or contest from the side of Vanguard.
So tell me what happened while I was gone for that while.
What happened
Give
was
me a quick update.
one invade from Memphis onto the blue buff with Yuzong, and
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Hilda managed to create a huge lead with a bunch of kills coming in, and now it seems like they want more and are going to go for more. Suyu engages onto the Phobius, but he does commit the flicker to try to escape. YZ with the double airborne, and dang, okay, Suyu picking up a double kill. So Dragon Crew right now are rotating as one unit, which is very
much better than what we saw last game.
This is very
So much
different
better.
from the previous game where they were all over the place. Now it seems like Vanguard is the one that are playing like the previous game, Dragon Crew. But Suyu does manage to get taken down because of that crucial stun landed by Zas, with Lancelot following up shortly after. Lancelot does get taken down by Hilda. His dash got cancelled by Hilda's knockback from her second skill, which is very annoying. But then in the bot lane, another team fight happens and Switch gets a double kill onto Bakudon and Kumal. Looking at the items, Suyu with the Sky Piercer, pretty valid coming from him because he has been getting all the kills despite the one death earlier. Carrie is almost done with her Trinity build, so they gotta watch out for that. Moscow seems to be 1,000 gold behind. I don't know what happened there because Dragon Crew was in the lead for a while.
In the lead. But yeah. I do see. No, I do see Zas also picked up the Sky Piercer here. Let me actually take a look at how that's not going well for him. That's not going well.
One kill to his main, so it's not that great. SOD comes in and Suyu manages to get the Lord. amongst that extremely chaotic team fight, I missed like 50% of it looking at the items. Okay, so you get another kill, another stack on the Sky Piercer, but does get taken down by Incred's Phobius. It does seem like Moskov continued to farm top lane instead of take his SOD to join the team fight, and that might have been the reason why they lost there, because of the difference of a carry with Trinity build.
Yeah. Did you see that Sask has finally started picking up stacks on his side yourself?
Okay, so Dragon Crew did get the Lord, but they didn't manage to accomplish anything with it because of that team fight that they lost in, giving Vanguard the chance to just clear every single lane safely. And the gold lead has also shrunk to only 1,000 for Dragon Crew.
It does look like Vanguard has started performing a little better now. What do you think Vanguard needs to do to take over the game again?
I think JY just needs to look for a good Tsunami Slam with the carry, and then they will win the team fight and snowball from there. Oh, Lancelot does manage to take out Suyu with Switch, and then seems to try to look for another kill onto Kamal, and they get that kill? Oh, double stun coming from Kamal, but he goes down.
That was pretty good. I feel like that is exactly the kind of thing they needed in this situation. It definitely takes a lot of pressure off them.
To only 400, 300. The gold lead that Dragon Crew has managed to gather seems to have dissipated and become irrelevant. And they're gonna look for another engage onto I Care, and he does manage to escape using the Black Dragon, but now he won't have it for the next team fight. Lilia does do a lot of damage to everyone who's trying to take mid lane. SOD comes in. Will Moskov use it? It does not seem like it.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
It does. Yeah, I do see Zask is really starting to dish out that damage right now.
I haven't really been noticing Lilia's damage too much in this match, but over there we did see it come through. So let's see if she can do that here in the next Lord fight.
Hopefully during the next team fight, Dragon Crew's entire team decides to appear. Because like you said earlier, they probably lost that team fight because Moskov wasn't there.
Right. Well, 10 seconds before Lord spawns in, Suyu's just gonna take his blue buff. Everyone's getting into position. But right now, who do you think has the better position?
I do think in this situation, the better position goes to the side of Dragon Crew.
Oh, okay. Looks like Vanguard is gonna look for the team fight, and Suyu gets caught out and does go down. SOD comes in. Will Moskov finally use it this time? He does use it, gets the carry. Lilia putting in the work. It does seem like Lilia managed to do a lot there, like I had hoped for. And then, with only Zas left to defend, Kumal is gonna look for maybe the end over here, but he does go start on the inhibitor first. He's going in and dishing out the damage. 10 seconds left on Interest. Will that be enough? It does not seem like it as he focuses on the base with Moskov, but now he's hitting the disaster for some reason. But they do lock the base, and the second game is going to go to Dragon Crew.
That leaves them both with a 1 win each. That was a pretty good game. Dragon Crew really stepped up their game compared to the first match.
I agree. They played extremely well this time, but Vanguard was also putting up a really good fight. They just couldn't. Somehow, some way, that Lilia managed to just turn that entire fight around after they got the Suyu.
Definitely.
So that was very well played from the Lilia. And
it was a really good game. Next up, we have, let me just go make sure for you guys. I'm pretty sure it's Madagascar versus Pirate Kings. Yeah, let me get those teams online really quick.
All right, yeah, thank you to Kai and to Giga. We're gonna go into the second game in the next, I believe, 5 minutes. Both teams are very ready. But this was an exciting thrill to get. Both teams will be sharing points, so it's going to be 1 point each for both teams. I think I'm not sure if they're going to be happy with that. There was a great start for the side of Vanguard, but an even better finish from the side of Ryu. I believe Memphis wasn't playing in the first game and they made a substitution in the second. So that definitely changed the tempo of things and they were able to split the points. Vanguard, I mean, they also have a win. That means this group is going to be tight because when you look at the stats right now, Ryu also won 2-0. I believe it was against Aurora. I would have to double check. So that means that they have at least 4 points. Vanguard, I'm sure, also won 2-0 last time. So both of these teams they're gonna be tied on points here. So we might have to have a banger of tiebreakers in their group. But so far it was a good game. We'll see you in a bit in game 2 of the evening. Metagaskar versus Pirate King. So it's another South African team versus another Madagascar team. Who would have thought what the name for Madagascar is, like where they're from based off their names. But a good game to both teams. We'll see you all in about 5 minutes. Cheers.
Yeah, Vanguard,
Talk about
Odium, and Dragon
redraft,
Crew are
or are
tied
they
up.
okay with continuing as a team? Unstoppable right now.
Yes. Nico carry us for the game. I'll be back in a bit, but good luck to the teams in the remaining.
Understandable. We do see the Changa committing the ultimate here. The Zektan just trying to bob and weave, but it won't be enough. She's forced to flicker out of there because of the Marcel. Look at oof. We're seeing shades of the first game here. We do see the Marcel ulting the Grok here. Oh, wow! The Grok getting decimated there after the ultimate wore off. We do see the Lapu Lapu. Oh, not Lapu Lapu. The Leo going full on ult mode top lane side. We do see the shield for top lane getting eviscerated. Sensible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached 91 subscribers, just 9 more to the big 100. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the stream. We are seeing, oh, just a suffocating performance by Dozen Dimes here. Wait, oh wow, 3-man ult by Marcel there. We are seeing the Changa ultimate just in time. What is this? What a perfect ultimate. A perfect engage by Marcel and Changa. That is another triple kill. Is that a maniac? No, it is not, but it might be if they keep going for this. Yuzong is going in. But he does opt to just stay on the turret. That is going to be 2 inhibitors going to the side. Ah, Dozen Dimes. What a performance by this Marcel so far. We do see the Granger going in for a legendary kill. The Granger does get caught out there. That's a double kill. That's going to be a triple kill. And that's a savage. No, that's not a savage. That is 2 maniacs in 1 game by Ainu.
takes me higher. Subconsciously, I'm ready to fall. When there's nothing in between us, I wanna tell for a town.
I'll probably do play by play if I'm like.
Welcome back, everyone. We are live and ready. Actually, I realized something. You guys need the poll, don't you? That is exactly what you guys need. You can vote for your favorite teams right now. Let's find out who your favorite team is for the day. We're going to be jumping in to this very exciting game, Madagascar versus another team from South Africa. Well, kind of from South Africa. It's going to be Pirate King. So who is your favorite team? Who is winning this game? And let's find out as we jump into this best of two clash. But taking you into the draft is going to be Kai and Giga once again. So take us off, Kai and Giga.
Welcome back, guys, to this very exciting match. And for the first game, Madagascar is going to be the first ban, and they ban out Kufra, which is very funny because I don't know if any of you guys know, but Mao Sama is a really good Kufra one trick. So the Kufra insta ban is certainly something. But second ban first ban coming in for Pirate King. So
Different perspectives
Marcel,
expose the same truth.
so what do you think of the ban so far, Kai?
Pretty valid bans, like you were saying on the side of Metagaskar, taking away Mausama's Kufra. That's definitely a nerf on his part. And Masal ban, Masal is a pretty good ban.
mag show of all
I
time.
can't fight a Masal ban. Masal is pretty good. And a Holly ban coming from the side of Madagascar. Again, another pretty good ban. I like it.
Good bans so far coming in from both teams. And now it's Mausama's turn to ban. He bans out the Zushin. Alright. There's nothing much to say. Harley's been dominating this current meta, so has Zushin, Marcel as well, and then the respect ban again coming in from Madagascar. Not much to say, but solid from both sides.
Pretty good ban.
What makes this match especially exciting for me is that I know two of the people from each teams very well, especially the Madagascar, where fun fact, Scar and Tekai have been previous teammates for tournaments that I have played in before. So I do know what they can do, and
the immortal one
it's going to be
chose me
extremely
to
exciting.
vanquish the shadows
But
that plague this world.
continuing on with the draft, we got Guinevere and Suyu. What do you think of those bans, Kai?
Again, I have to say they are both pretty good bans. As you were saying earlier, Guinevere's been doing pretty well in jungle lately, and Suyu is one of the top junglers right now. I can't complain with these bans. I can't say anything. They are definitely very good options.
I agree, but now meta with the first pick. So Leo Mord is still open, and I didn't mention this for the previous games, but Basha is still a thing and still broken. But will any of these teams utilize it? Is the question. But they do pick up the Grok first pick.
I don't think we haven't seen many Bucks yet.
I am not the only one bound by these chains.
I don't think Buxia is one of the heroes people go to. It's not the first thing that comes to mind.
That is true.
Crowned by heaven's mandate.
Do you want to risk the
legacy shall
Basha being
endure.
picked though? Me personally, I wouldn't, but
I wouldn't.
Pirate King would is going to respond with Phoveus, Zeti, and first two picks. Phoveus, he's really strong against tank junglers, which Sekai does pick. And Zetian, as we've seen from the previous games from Dante, can put in a lot of work, especially with like the Fury of the Phoenix steering objectives, neutral objectives.
Definitely.
Meta's going to pick carry as well, which is a very good duo with the Fredrin, so then he can lock the enemies in place while carry spreads
Valor
through
and
the
royalty
enemy's
in a
health
dead
bars.
And
body.
there comes in the Leo mode pick.
Leo mode pick comes in at a pretty good time. Now that both teams have a jungler, there's no reason to ban any junglers. So, what do you
Let's
think
see.
Pirate King is gonna ban now?
I think they might ban out a mage.
I also think so. What mages could they ban? I feel like Eve would be an extremely good ban for Pirate King because Fredrin, Grok, and carry.
My
If you have an Eve to
kiss.
have that
Your
extra
team
layer
is
of
banning
knockdown,
mortality
it's going to be very bad for
or
Pirate King.
death.
They do ban the Alice instead, though.
Hanabi?
Your team
Hanabi
is
ban.
banning.
Who's playing Hanabi there?
Maybe this is the secret. The secret. No.
Maybe
called
it's Pirate
Meta.
King's trump card.
Their name is Metagaskar. Maybe there's like this meta that we just can't comprehend that only they
We
do.
haven't heard of this.
So that's gonna be a Hanabi ban. Eve is
I
still
do
open.
I expect them to ban a mage.
I also expect them to ban a mage. If Eve does not get banned here and Metagaskar does end up picking it, I feel like it's already a lost game.
Your team
another
is
EXP.
banning.
And Latu.
Fight! Fight for the
And
ultimate
Your
answer.
team is
Sponsor
picking.
Hilda. Well,
That gives Larry a pretty good option.
Hilda ban I don't think is the greatest choice because she can't do much to a Grok and Fredrin, and it becomes
Definitely.
clutter when Carrie gets her Trinity build. But it's still not. It's not like Pirate King right now has anything that
The
threatening,
champion spirit
unlike
alone
the
reigns
Your
Eve
team
that's
is
still
picking.
looming around that mage
It
category.
does look like the Madagascar is hovering over the Aldous and Larry MB over his Lunox. His Lunox has been performing extremely well in the tournament.
That is pretty
so
interesting.
flows
Okay,
the
they do
dance of
seem to lock the
life.
Lunox, so what is going to be their final pick?
Hopefully not Fasa, unless maybe he wants to show us that he has the skin, but
Yeah, he might just be flexing on us. But Pirate King with the Granger pick, what do you think about that?
the Granger pick,
Yeah.
I do think I'm not sure how well the Granger pick goes
From the
into all this.
murkiest water, the
Your team
purest
is
water
picking.
lily emerges.
They go with the double mage.
How-
Very
Um,
interesting.
I'm currently thinking about how this is gonna work. Let me go and check the
Why
group
do I have a
before.
feeling this is not the first time Madagascar
It's
has
not the
gone
first time
double
they've
mage?
done this. It's not the first time
No,
someone's done this.
that makes a
I
lot of
just I
sense.
have to make sure. But yeah, the last time someone, I think it was them who went Kagura EXP. Yeah,
Okay, so it looks like Gel is going to hover onto the Diggy, which is quite interesting. I don't think the side of Meta
don't-
has enough XP to warrant the Diggy, but they do end up picking the Belleric, which I also don't think is the greatest pick because of the carry. She kind of doesn't care, and so does Lunox.
Lunox. Yeah, I don't know how well Kagura comes into this. Is it a Kagura EXP? We'll find out. With
Stay tuned
regards
to this episode of Dragon Ball Z.
with regards to the Granger pick, I don't actually know how well Granger could play into all this, but I feel like if Pirate Kings does end up taking the lead in this game and Granger gets his lead as well, I feel like he could do some pretty good things. I don't know. What do you think about it, Giga?
I didn't like the Granger pick all too much because of how beefy the frontliners are with the Grok and
They're
Frederick.
pretty tanky.
But then they picked an EXP mage, which things out. So it could go either way for this Granger now, unlike before where I thought Madagascar was going to pick another EXP laner. That would be tempting. But yeah,
You
we'll
know
see how
what?
it
Pirate Kings banned out 2 EXPs just for Madagascar to pick Kagura.
Okay, now that is extra disrespect. I didn't even realize that. So, whose draft are you favoring more?
I'm
Welcome
see
to Noble
this whole
Legends.
double mage thing is kind of throwing me off, but I
5
I
seconds till the
I
enemy
do
reaches the
I
battlefield.
don't want to say
Smash
Madagascar
them.
though, because
All troops
I really
deployed.
don't want to say Madagascar because of this double mage pick, but I do still feel like they will have the advantage in team fight with the Lunox and carry over there. Not just that, but also having a Grok around you, pretty game changing. You think go well.
Right, it does seem like Pirate King manages to clear out the mid lane first, which gives them the pressure. The pressure is onto Metagaskar, but Lunox does heal all the damage dealt, but same country said for Scar. There ENB gets taunted by Gel, but he does commit the flicker to escape.
Yeah, see, the reason why I don't really wanna say I have a favorite draft is because last time Madagascar proved me wrong with the Kagura EXP.
And then the Kagura EXP comes back to haunt another team.
I don't want to be wrong again. Like...
Alright, so... Okay, some nice damage coming in from Brock, but Zetian returns the trade. So far, it's looking pretty even, and no invades coming in from either side, so it's gonna be a more slower early game compared to before.
Definitely. I do wonder how Pirate Kings will take this Kagura EXP pick.
Leomord is level 4 top lane. Will he look for a gank? No, he doesn't. It does seem like he's gonna rotate to mid lane. Maybe he can find Larry and B because he doesn't have his flicker. Belleric doesn't land that taunt. What do you think of the taunts coming in from Belleric? Because if you didn't know, he did get his first kill taunt delay decreased by 0.2 seconds. So now he can land those taunts much easier, as we have seen.
I do think Belleric does much better.
And he comes in from Luna's goes in. A kill goes to Gel, another kill goes to Mount Sama, and the Pirate King manages to win that team fight as well as take down the turtle.
That was pretty good.
And that was not it. It seems like Moonless Force is gonna take a blue buff as well. Will he look for more? No, he doesn't. Playing the safe route and just going back to his own jungle. But that was a really good team fight coming in from Pirate King.
Definitely, they are currently in the lead right now.
All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. I'm very glad that Kai told us that we are live so that we can all know that the game is about to start or is happening right now. Exactly why I'm back. But yeah, Giga is also going to be still in here with me. Kai is just taking a break. He's going to be back, guys. Don't worry. He's going to be back for the next draft. But so far, it's a good game so far, as Giga has mentioned. Early game engages coming good. I mean, they do have the late game. Not amateur, man. I'm saying the late game because Freddy's very tanky to at least they're not gonna have as much opportunities to burst them down, is what I mean for the side of Pirate King in the late game.
I agree. So yeah, Madagascar does have a very strong late game with the carry, and then the Fredrin to lock down, as well as the Kagura's burst damage. And then Lunox too, her scaling is also incredibly strong. But top lane, again, Moonless Force seems to just be there for the crab, but will he go in onto Madagascar?
Looks like we're setting up for the tectonic charge. Got it, got a few people. But it's just committed into a faction. His friend in trouble, gets melted down. That's type of damage simply now going in now very swiftly. Exactly the type of start that the side of Pirate Kings are looking for. It looks like Jordan Day is about to be taken out. I think Teddy told me how to pronounce this name. Is it leave the T? Jordan? Jorday? Oh, just Jody. Okay, I think I get it. I think it's just Jody. Why? You know, I actually said Jordan today or Jordan today. I don't know why. It looks like that. But simply not the case, as the next neutral objective is up for contention. Look at the itemization right now. I think both teams are in a good position. Skype is already picked up from Larry and B, something that he's already got a Maniac on. So he wants to extend that Maniac round to this game too. The tonic charge is in play the next few seconds. Scar is ready. The front line that he wanted before his team. Looks like it's going to be uncontested because Phobius took is pushing everyone away and they're still going in. I think they take him out. Phantom Speed plus the turtle. Lunox tries to use the light form to get out of this exchange alive. It looks like he has left his marksman alone. Shizuku trying to go back to the base. Oh no, it's gonna be the case. Low Summer finds it. They take the turret out. The top lane though, Kagura is split pushing. So he's not there for the team fight, but he is gonna be pushing with his umbrella. Risky draft, man. In the last game it worked because the game went to the ultra late game. That's where the damage was just simply too much. But in the mid game, they're not going to be dealing those kills. Tectonic charge onto 3 in, but they're still going in, but there's no damage there. Lunox goes in with the life form. They get a kill on Zhao. It looks like Dora Day is going to be trying to go in. Katra goes in. Okay. Katra goes in. But it's still available. She's trying to get something, but a flicker has been committed by Mo Samba. It seems like every that's going to be a kill for the unholy potato. As our Tracer's run convinces it on Mitsuki. That's a shutdown kill. When this goes into the backline, tries to take something from the mid lane. Looks like it's only going to set forward maybe another one of the Fredrin's farm here, because Fredrin is also getting a bit under farm. 4k gold lead to the side of Pirate Kings.
Very well played coming in from Pirate King with their rotations, almost always 5 together, winning them these team fights. It does seem like another team fight's going to happen, but this time it's going to be Madagascar with the 5 man, and they do pick off the kill onto Mausama and Del, and they're looking for more. They managed to get triple kill onto Unholy Potato, and a maniac for Larry NB onto Moonless Floors.
Can he finally get a Savage though? The answer is what we are looking. Is he gonna get a Savage? They're still going in. Most summer.
This might be a Savage.
Nah, they took too long.
They're going on to
He's still gonna bigger kill though. Razor's not coming out.
Unstoppable. That is unfortunate for Larry NB, but still, unofficial Savage. Very nice coming from Madagascar, making this game a lot more exciting than what it was earlier.
Certainly. Someone gotta tell, we're gonna post another Maniac clip. I don't think that counts. He needs a Savage for us to post it again, because no way to just post the Maniac clip. But good engage coming in from the side of Barrier.
Phantom Steep coming from Leomord, managed to steal the turtle.
Oh, they're still good. They're still good in this engage. I mean, back and forth game is exactly what we want to get, but they're going to be able to take another blue buff from the Fred here. Larry MD's damage is finally coming out, but Tectonic charge onto 2 members. Moonless Floors just comes up with a thumbs up. He's impressed with that level of gameplay. Zhao gets taken out. That's a monster kill for Larry B. He's still going in, actually. He's still going in. He's trying to do damage coming in. Leomord is the next victim. Mid lane is now fully open.
It does seem like Larry NB is scaling, and it's only gonna get worse for Pirate King from here. I don't know. It does seem like they lost a little bit of, the teamwork that they had earlier, but they still do have the gold lead, surprisingly. Even though the Esports team fights, Madagascar has been winning by a landslide. But it does seem like Phobius might be looking for something. He does go onto the Grok. But it does seem like it was just for the poking. Because right now, Pirate King, Moonless Floors is still not close enough to them, while Unholy Potato is just farming up his items.
Certainly, that's a
Speaking
good
of
start.
items,
Yeah?
speaking of items, Granger does have the Sky Piercer now. How many stacks does he have?
Let's see now. Ranger currently has 7 stacks, and then Lunox has 80 stacks on that sky.
Okay, very interesting. Harry does go for the DHS before the Golden Staff, which is an interesting choice in my opinion, because the way her passive works synergizes with Golden Staff so well.
That's an interesting fact to know. As the next objective spawns in the next 10 seconds, that is going to be a Lord, so whoever dies here might not have extra member ready. The wall is just already being there, using as a zone mechanism. It looks like both teams are fully ready to try and engage. Pirate teams are a lot more ready, but they've already started on this objective. Zhao is trying to give the zoning to the front line that they need. Jordan camping in the bush there, waiting for someone to make a mistake. When is the combo going to be coming out? He's trying to charge, he's waiting from Scar. He goes in, Zhao goes in, he got the Rado Gyre. Not a charge. Oh, that's into no idea what goes in for the objective is locked on. He wants to get the retribution. He gets it for his team. And they're going in. Sekai He's actually in trouble, retreating right now as the Leo gets a shutdown kill. It looks like Fred is going to be the next double kill coming in from Phobius. They're looking so engaged here. They want to take 2 members out from the side of Madagascar. They're still going in. Scar is trying to get this. He's trying to get out of here. Leomord might try to. He's skipping them here. He's forcing them to not go anywhere as Mo Sama comes in, but it looks like a play has been asked to retreat and focus on the objective. He's trying to end the game.
That was a very nice team fight coming in from Pirate King, securing them the Lord, but are they going to look for the inhibitor here? No, it does not seem like it because Gel, as well as Suki and Luna's Lord are a bit behind, but they are going to look for the tier 2 turrets from Madagascar. It does seem like another team fight is going to start bot lane. Everyone has their ult, but Pirate King is going to play the disciplined route and just fall back. While Suki manages to secure the second tier 2 tower, or third one. And they're gonna continue looking for farm in the jungle to steal. And it does seem like they do get the blue buff and are going to continue on and maybe set up for a team fight here.
Trying to 90 seconds was next so quick as they try to get Suki out of this exchange, but he seems to be fine. Zhao is giving a bit of vision for his team. He's already noticed that Scar is trying to give some pressure, but it's not going to be working out. They are looking to try and synchronize the waves here. It looks like, as you can see, the Granger knows that the next objective is coming up. He's got both buffs actually. He's walking around with all of the buffs, 2 buffs, blue and red, as the next objective spawns the next minute. Who gets it? It's 1 turret to the side of Metagaskar, only 1 right now. They're not doing good on the pushing part of the game, but they are doing okay when it comes to the kills, you know?
Right now, I feel like Pirate King definitely has the pressure in terms of rotation, as well as having that 4k, nearly 5k gold lead. And Lord is spawning in 40 seconds, but as you can see right now, it's just red all over the map. Suki does seem to find Larry and B hiding, but he does walk out of it unharmed. Larry and B does use the light ult to escape, and nothing coming out from either teams.
Nothing indeed. The next objective spawns in the next 20 seconds. 2 members are recoiling from the side of Metagaskar as they realize they need to stop trying to take... I mean, they tried a 2v1 on Granger, didn't work out. 14 seconds towards the objective. I'm going to say the Zetium is just very good. Every time Mo Sama's Kufra gets taken out, he goes for the Zetium. And they're looking to try and go engage in this basket. Trying to force the Retribution to turn and charge into 2 members. Bruno goes in, but they make it out alive. Looks like Zhao might be in trouble here because the damage is coming. The Wrath of Drive committed, and they get a mark on there. It looks like a Phobius 1v1 versus Bruno play, and he gets taken. He gets taken out of that exchange line, and that next person goes down as Phobius. That indeed is in play, but that's going to be at the base because they're still trying to go in here. Leomon goes in. Can they get the 2 kills needed here? The double kill comes in for the Granger. Unholy Potato with an unholy damage. But they've taken out 3 members, and they're looking to take this uncontested. The recall? No, that's just a normal recall. I thought they would have slammed the recall, you know? Good game for the side of Pirate King so far.
It did look scary for Pirate King, but they managed to pull through, and now they're going to secure the second Lord of the game.
Certainly, second Lord of the game. I see Mexic is asking about Kiku. She has exams on Monday, so she unfortunately can't be here. So, I think Phantom is number 1 today, so that's how it is. Inted is number... I don't know how it's number 2, but Inted is number 2. I don't know who's number 1, actually, if we look at it, but... oh, I can. It's Phantom Drip. And I Love Sleeping. I still don't know who I Love Sleeping is, guys, on WhatsApp. So if you know, let me know.
Ranger's full build.
Yeah.
Ranger's full build.
Oh.
Rock with the Tectonic Charge does manage to get the knockup, but then Fury of the Phoenix comes in, gets a couple of stuns, and Leomord is going through it. And he is still full HP, gonna continue the charge. But where is his teammate? Okay, his teammates are coming now, and they do win the team fight. Lord has entered their base, and it seems like they're gonna go for the end. With 2 members of Madagascar down.
And Scar, they don't have a lot of people to defend this thing. Jordan takes the damage again. Kura doesn't have the damage to just take them out. They're locked onto the base. Game goes down with the random speed. That's a double kill for him. It's like a triple kill from Moonless Floors. And that is a wipe. And now the game is over. Granger and team they're gonna end the game. Mo Summer's team takes the game 1-0. Metagaskar, they're trying this experimental draft. Listen, you can only get lucky so many times. This time they just simply didn't have the damage, because usually if it is gonna be a Kagura XP, you can probably take out someone that's squishy, but it was a Phoveus this time around. Phoveus is not a hero you can easily burst down. You can see his second item was even Athena shield, so he was prepared for the drip that was about to come from the Kagura. It's not going to be the case for the side of Metagaskar. There is still a game in hand, but I realized something. Didn't Metagaskar... Didn't they draw? I think they drew against Equinox, which means if they win this, they don't have a lot of points. This is the thing about the best of two, guys. You can't have these experimental games where you're trying stuff out. I mean, listen, I could just be hating. Maybe Kagura XP is pretty good. But the thing is, you don't have a lot of games. The last game was a draw, which means that you guys split 1 point each with Equinox, which means that you needed to win this game 2-0. But it also now is going to be the case for Pirate Kings. I feel like Pirate Kings were the team that needed to win because they lost 2-0. So for them, it's a much more important game, maybe for the side, as opposed to the side of Metagaskar. Only 2 teams are going to be qualifying from that group, where OTK Zimbabwe is also a team player there. So let's find out how they do in game 2. I'm excited. I'm pretty sure you guys are excited. So let's find out how this game goes for the side of Metagaskar. Both teams are ready. We're just going to find out what draft they're going to go. But Giga, what do you think of that game?
I think it was very exciting. A couple of back and forth. Pirate King dominating the early game with the first and second turtle, but then Madagascar strikes back with Larry NB getting a maniac, almost savage onto the Lunox. And then afterwards, Pirate King locks in again and then manages to secure the next Lords and closed it out in a pretty clean way.
Yeah, I was going to say, fun fact, that is the second time that Larry NB gets a maniac on a Lunox. It's also the second time that he gets a maniac on a Lunox and loses the game. That is just a fun fact for the people that are watching.
That is sad.
Yeah.
They would like River.
Rivers, okay. Expanding Rivers is the match, and he's going to be Pirate King this time around with the first pick. So let's find out how they do. It's not a great fact, man, I'm saying. But what can you do? What can you do? Metagaskar, it's a must-win game for them. If they don't win this, if they lose this 2-0, they will only have 1 point from their group. They're trying to at least squeeze in 2 points there to try and force something, but it's going to be very, 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 very hard if they don't win this game. But let's find out how they do in game 2. Metagaskar versus Pirate King in this best of 2 series. Let's go. But the people that are going to be taking you through the draft is definitely going to be Kai once again. He's going to be doing that with Giga, who's volunteered. I know, guys, I saw Kay here. Kay didn't have, Kay was supposed to be here today, but she'll be joining us tomorrow. So I'm glad she's online and in the chat. But first ban coming out.
Come and join me.
On that Lunox. We're not going to see a fifth
banning.
player coming in from the side of Larry NB. But yeah, Giga, take us through the draft along with Kai. Cheers.
Valor
find
and
this
royalty in a
very
dead
funny
body.
because in the previous game, the first ban was Kufra targeted towards Valspa. And now it's Lunox targeting Larry NB. But now Madagascar does seem to ban the Leomord. I think teams are starting to realize that Leomord is a threat. Because
Definitely.
the same happened both series where Leomord wasn't banned the first game, but then after winning gets banned the next game.
Yeah, I do hope we get to see a proper EXP laner this time from Meta. Last game, I was so thrown off by it. You know,
Different
when do you see a
perspectives
Kagura
expose the
EXP
same
guy?
truth.
But the last time
two,
they managed to cook
one.
with it. I didn't know what, I don't know what to say about
Your
that.
team is
Oh,
banning.
and then another target ban.
The Kufra ban coming off of the side of
Arsenal
Mosama.
ban again, pretty standard. Let's see if Pirate King's gonna ban maybe Harley or Suyu.
Hmm.
Because I feel like that's one of the heroes that is definitely gonna be banned.
Yeah,
from
no,
Pirate.
Holly has definitely been getting banned almost every match in this tournament. He's been getting banned out quite a lot. Holly is just one of the bigger threats there right now.
Welcome to the greatest
and
match
then
show of all
Holly-
Your
time.
team is
And
banning.
there it is. I've been managing to predict a couple of bans pretty accurately. That is really cool. Okay, so for the final ban from Madagascar for the first banning phase, it will be
Welcome
Grok.
to Grok's castle,
All right.
Is picking.
That is funny because it was Madagascar that picked Grok the
Yeah,
previous
that's.
game.
I'm just thinking now. Was it not them with the Grok?
Alright, so first
Butterflies
pick,
born by
Zushin.
thy wings,
Alright.
guided
Very
by
solid
lantern's
pick coming in
light.
from Pirate King. We all know that Zushin with the lantern flare is extremely oppressive, especially for the front line.
My magic
But
will redefine
Madagascar
reality.
responds swiftly with the gourd pick, which has been showing up quite often recently in the competitive scene. So let's see what Larry and B can do on the gourd. As Scar
Fight.
picks up the
Fight
Hilda,
for the
very
ultimate
aggressive
your
roamer
team is picking.
coming in. So now, what do you think so far for the drafts?
I do like the Zushin and Hilda pick. Now the God pick, I think it can go either way. I do think it can go
I
either
am
way.
not
I'm
the
not
only
the
one
biggest
bound
fan
by
of God,
these
guys. I'm sure you can
chains.
tell. I'm not the biggest fan of God, so I'm sure it go either. But I do like the Phobius pickup on the side of Pirate Kings. And
All
let's see
right,
what
and then
the second pick will
Suki
be.
picks up the Phobius again. His Phobius the previous game was pretty good. Madagascar didn't find many opportunities to
The
take him
Immortal
down.
One
And
chose
Moonless
me to
Force is gonna
vanquish
go
the
in with the
shadows
Suyu
that
pick.
plague this
So
world.
now, what can Meta pick as their last one? I think a Guinevere could maybe come in because it does handle quite well against the Suyu.
That's true.
May the blood
with
of
the
my enemies flow
Your
from my
team is
spear.
banning.
And Madagascar's gonna respond with the Mincy pick. That is very interesting. I'm not quite a big fan of it. What are your thoughts on this, Kai?
I don't think Mincy's a pretty solid pick going into the Phobius. I personally don't think that's a pretty good pick. But if depending on how I always say this, but depending on how the teams execute themselves, they can prove us wrong. What do you think, Giga?
Certainly.
Experience the youth in you.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like for the side of Pirate King right now, they should probably ban out the Gwyn. But maybe Madagascar doesn't know how to play it. But we'll see. Madagascar does ban out the Granger because I don't know. Unholy Potato was doing unholy things on that Granger. Unholy things to Madagascar. He was playing very nicely on the Granger.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Mincy and God picks that we've seen so far?
Gord OP, I'm a Gord
See
Blazer
value in
because
me?
that's my one trick coming in from
You
Ronnie.
should.
Wait, is he in the comments?
Yeah, he's in the comments.
Yeah, what do you
that.
think? Oh, I see it now. What do you think about the Mincy pick though? Now, me, I don't really know much about about Mincy and EXP lane guys, which is why I'm asking Giga.
Well, you see, Mincy does have a very strong ultimate, right? But other than that, he kind of doesn't have much going for him. He does have a hook, but that hook is very easy to dodge. And then when you're up against mages like Zushin, Eve, and other long-range heroes, he can't do much and gets easily poked out before the team fight even starts. So if Pirate King can exploit that weakness, we won't be seeing much play from this Mincy. But if they don't, maybe Mincy can pull out some very clutch plays. But
I was thinking the same thing in the terms of Mincy. I do know Zushin is a really good pick into this, but I know Suki's a pretty good on his Phobius, guys. We've seen him do some pretty good things with Phobius. It does look like Jali is looking at this DE again. Does she just really want to play DE?
Maybe.
Does she? Oh, okay. It looks like she might go for Hylos. And Unholy Potato still deciding over here.
All right, so lost picks coming in from Pirate King. They're gonna pick up the Hylos and Claws. Very solid picks if you do ask. If I do say so myself. GG's. My English is cooked, guys.
Very
But
good pick if Giga does him so himself. I almost messed it up myself.
okay, so last pick, it does seem like Madagascar is gonna go with a marksman, which for a second I thought they might have thought about Mincy Gold Lane because they did pick up the YSS and they did ban a bunch of marksmen like Moskov and Granger. But it does seem like they are going to just go traditional route with the marksman pick.
Shizuku has
First
been
rule around
surprising us
here,
with his
break all
he
the
picked Mia
rules.
quite a few times in these tournaments. Picked Mia quite a few times and surprised us. But he goes for the carry this time. I think that's a pretty solid pick going into this.
I also for a second thought that they might have went Kagura Gold Lane because of those marksman bans. But I'm glad to see that Madagascar finally goes in with a more normal draft. But what do you think? Which team do you think has the better draft here?
I'm going to go with the side of what are they? Pirate Kings. I'm going to go with the side of Pirate Kings. What about you?
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one because I myself am still not too sure about the Gord pick. I do know that it is meta now, but as well as the Mincy pick that is very hit or miss. Meanwhile, on Pirate King's side, their draft seems to be more on the safer side, and yeah, and that's gonna be what gives them the edge in terms of draft.
Wait, 'cause Zushin has Sprint. As a Zushin prodigy, Giga, what do you think of Sprint on Zushin? How good does that work out?
I don't think it's good. I used to run Sprint on Pharaohs too until I realized that it was pretty bad. But yeah, anyways, game 2 coming in for Pirate King versus Madagascar. Will Pirate King get a clean 2-0 sweep or will Madagascar tie it with a 1-1? Mausama camping inside the bush. He's already poking down the gourd, but Scar does find the angle and gets Lucian to half HP. Pretty aggressive plays coming in from both teams, but it does seem like Madagascar this time is going to win out on the trade. Moonless Floors just going to take his blue buff while Hilda gives vision.
We do see on top lane, Mincy putting quite a lot of pressure on the Phobius.
Alright, and then Scar's gonna go in again. Oh, and that is first blood for Larry and B. Crazy damage coming in from both Larry and B and Scar, winning them the mid-duo battle. And looking at top lane, Mincy is actually bullying Phobius, which is a surprise to me. I did not think he was gonna do this much already.
But Mincy also wasted his flicker there. He flickered under the turret to try and hook Phobius. And
that is true. So now Mincy is going to be extremely vulnerable, like I said during the drafting phase. But let's see. It does seem like Gord wants something, but now he's going to be a bit late to his minions as Gel and Mausama rotates together to find that YSS is just finished jungling there and is now going to rotate to the first turtle. Are they going to get first blood onto Suki? Jodate and Larry and B? Oh, and he hands the Gord's balls. So Suki's gonna go down because of Larry and B's massive balls, but anyways, it does seem like Madagascar is more prepared for the first turtle. With Jodate being level 4 and him zoning out Moonless Floors along with Scar. He does get the hook onto Gel. Sekai gets the first turtle and he's gonna look for more. Pumps the Mountain Shocker, goes in, gets the kill onto Gel. And then King Coley comes in from Jodate and as well as the Mystic God. His fight is going crazy. Moonless Floors disappears. Did you see what happened to Moonless Floors? He kind of just went in and then went out.
I don't know where he went. I was watching Jushin pick people up. She was doing really well back there.
I'm starting to notice a pattern that as soon as a team gets turtle, they want more out of it. And they do manage
These
to
two
avoid
teams,
it,
yeah.
but like afterwards they do kind of just die at the same time.
Yeah, they get turtle and then they proceed to invade straight after. Trying to get the most out of it.
And how are the gold laners doing so far in this match? It seems to be pretty even, with Carry only having 100 more gold, which is due to the fact that Meta got the turtle, but it does seem like Claude uses the BMI to try to get some damage onto Carry, but does end up taking a bit more damage. Scar engages onto Moonless Floors as well with the Minty, Flicker, Hook, and then the King's Calling. Manages to get Moonless Floors. Claude comes in with the Blazing Duet while Zukin tries to pick off the Minty, and then Claude does end up dying. Gel gets stunned by Mincy, dies as well, gets hooked. Oh my goodness, this Mincy is putting in work. Double kill for the carry, and Madagascar is going to continue their stampede.
Madagascar just dominating teamfights right now.
Phoveus does go
Especially
in
with
onto the
Mincy there.
gourd, but forces the flicker out of Larry and B. That was pretty good, because now for the next turtle, Pirate King might be able to look for something, especially against the gourd, now that he doesn't have flicker. But Sekai does camp inside a bush while Scar gets more vision. Larry and B lands the ball onto Mount Summer. Mount does go down, but they do engage onto Larry and B. Suki getting... oh wait, no, Gel gets the shut down. Suki goes to continue the chase onto the carry. Meanwhile, Blazing Duet comes in onto Sekai. Scar does manage to take down Suki while Carry is going to continue firing out shots. Scar gonna continue chasing, but he does manage to... they do manage to escape while Scar is going to continue getting his HP back in the mid lane bush. Unholy Potato is just going to go back to his lane.
Turret has been destroyed.
Who do you think has the better chance of getting turtle now?
I feel like it's still Madagascar, because
Madagascar.
3 of them are already positioned at turtle. Mousama does commit the Crimson Beacon, doesn't manage to hook hook the Minty. Blazing Duet. Oh wait, no. Claude, never mind. Claude is going to BMI out of the 4-man gank, but okay, pops the Blazing Duet as well for the little bit of sustain from Fighter Emblem. Sekai does go in and takes him down, but he goes down to the turret as well. 1-for-1 trade. But
it does look like they are looking for something on the Mincy.
It does, but Carry is going to get the bot lane turret. Moonless Floors is just going to continue on with his jungle rotation. Larry NB does manage to hit a stun and then uses the Mystic Push, but doesn't manage to get a kill out of it this time.
It does look like Mincy's going for this second tier target in top lane. Oh, never mind. There's no minions. I don't know why I said that, but there were no minions there. I do like Mincy's rotation.
Are in with the flicker play, and then they're gonna take down the mid lane turret. As well as that, they kind of go in looking for more. Claw does pop the Blazing Duet. Phoveus going in onto the carry, but they're not going to manage to find anyone. Vinci pops the King's Calling, does catch Moonless Floors. Will he get more out of it? No, he does not, and instead he goes down to the Phoveus. And now Pirate King is going to return the favor and get their own mid lane turret.
I do think it's about time Pirate King went and started pushing their side lanes down.
I agree, but the mid lane turret is already a very important turret to have gotten. Yeah. That flicker play from Scar, sacrificing himself for the mid lane turret, was also great, but then Madagascar did kind of throw away that advantage by giving him the mid lane turret back with the bad team fight. But Sekai does pop the Mountain Shocker, but he doesn't get anything out of it. Third turtle's gonna spawn. Will Pirate King get this turtle? It does seem like they are better positioned this time, and Mincy was looking for something but doesn't manage to get it. They go in onto Scar, but he manages to get out. Sekai too, and then Suki out of position. Is he gonna go down to the carry? No, he does not, but Mincy with the flicker in King's Calling catches Suki and then also catches Del, manages to get her. Moonless Floors in, trying to look for the re-engage, but does not get anything out of it. Killing spree for the carry. Claude goes in and out. I'm not sure what he accomplished there, but he might get this kill on Sekai. Oh, he gets stunned by the gourd, and He goes down. Double kill for Sekai with Madagascar winning out on that trade.
That was, I won't lie, I was pretty surprised when the team fight was happening in the moment. It did
Oh,
look
look
like...
at Sekai! He just died to the Lord! Yo,
okay,
that's
Sekai.
clippable. That is clippable.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, Madagascar does manage to get the Lord. And I don't know. I guess they're gonna have to play it slow because they don't have a jungler now.
I did not see that coming from him.
Me neither, but Pirate King right now, I think they need to just like they need to clear the waves. But Yoda takes camps in the bush and catches Unholy Potato. I am so sorry for doubting the Minty. It seems like Minty was the way to go.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
And I would like to remind you guys that we went from Kagura EXP to this.
I still don't know what the thought process behind picking Kagura yet was.
Oh, and then Minty gets a double hook. Does manage to catch the high look, but 3 does get out. Mystic Ghost comes in, stun layered on top by the Gord and Scar, but alright, it does seem like Scar manages to live on 1 HP while Minty catches another person with the hook. Blazing Duet coming in from Holy Potato. Will he find one? He finds Gordy. Will he find another one under the Minty? No! Mausama gets the kill, but it's still 2 for the side of Pirate King, which is very good. Sekai does hit the Mountain Chakra onto Unholy Potato, but he gets out with the BMI. Alright, so and now that the two fights are over and we've calmed down, what do you think each team needs to do?
At this point in the game, I think that Pirate Team needs to take it slow. So far for team fights, I feel like they've all just been diving into it without putting much thought into the situation. I think they need to play a lot safer when it comes to team fights, and they need to be careful for Mincy, because Mincy's been doing some amazing rotations and just catching people off guard.
I agree. I feel like Mincy and this Gord are the biggest problems, so they're gonna have to look for something. Maybe the Zushin can try to fix Mincy, but yeah.
That sprint is not doing much for Zushin. I think Purify would have been a much better option.
Or even Flicker. But taking a look at the items, if we look at the items, we see that Mincy and Carrie have completed their Trinity. Claude is still a bit behind, while Gord has Sky Piercer. How many stacks do we have on Gord?
25.
Right 25 stacks, so it does seem like maybe he lost a couple here and there with his 2 deaths, but nonetheless, he's still putting in major work for the team. But okay, Suyu does manage to get the Blade of Despair. Oh, looks like another team fight is gonna start. Minty does hook the Hylos and he goes down. Wow, this Hylos was deleted. I didn't even have enough time to comprehend what was happening. And with the Hylos going down, 5 at the Lord pit, it does seem like Madagascar is going to secure the second Lord of the game.
Red team has slain the Lord.
Do you think there's a possibility that Pirate Kings could make an epic comeback?
I do think it is possible, but so far, not only was Mincy and Gord a threat, but now so is the carry. As you saw what happened to the Hylo, so like, it's gonna be very difficult. Mincy lands another hook and then Gord follows up with the stun and Mr. Good to get another kill onto Suki. With one less person defending, I feel like it's going to be a pretty easy siege from the side of Madagascar, and they do seem to try to be sinking the waves as well. Sekai pops the Mountain Stalker for the vision. Lord is charging in, and will they do something about that? Alright,
they can.
He's going to give the inhibitor for free. All 3 inhibitors have been taken down. They still have to defend like 6 different waves, and then Mincy goes in blazing to win. Mystic goes Crimson Beacon, but all to no effect. Pirate King as Madagascar takes the win with their extremely chaotic but precise team fights, making this series a 1-1.
Yeah, guys, I want to just give you guys a very, very important disclaimer for Metagaskar. This is not a best of 3, it's a best of 2. Which means that the strategy of doing funny things in the first game and then taking it seriously, quote unquote, in the second game, it doesn't really work. Because right now, you guys have 2 points from potential 6 points. So that means that they absolutely have to win their next game against, I believe, OTK Zimbabwe. They have to win their 2-0 in order to try and advance in this stage. So good game from both teams. I think they did a pretty good job in the second team. I think Tsuki's team tried as much as they could. Pirate Gang were in that game, but just simply the pressure that was coming out from the side of Metagaskar was just simply too much. But again, guys, they have 2 points now. 1 point from the first game and 1 point from the second game. I'm talking about 2 different teams where they faced Equinox in the second game. So second game, it definitely seems that they bring up a lot of those energy are locked in, but it's not going to be enough. I know you guys are wondering why I'm focusing on Metagaskar, because I'm saying it's the second time that they're doing this. But I mean, they did win. They put up a good show. It's a good game. But they have 2 points now out of the 6 that they could have had. And now we're moving into a game where they absolutely need to win to get 4 points. Not to get a lot more than that. So if they have 4 points, if they win 2-0 in the second game against, in the game against Zimbabwe's, OTK Zimbabwe, they're going to have 4 points, which means it might lead us into a tiebreaker. That's going to be very exciting. Same thing with Pirate Kings. They do also have an opportunity. They're going to be facing Equinox next, which means that they also need to win that game, possibly 2-0 to also get 4 points. So you guys see what I'm getting at here? So many ties in this group. So far, the only team with a clean sweep is OTK Zimbabwe. But fantastic game so far. And we're going to be jumping into the next banger of a match. It's going to be an Angolan Giant, Team 7, who are also currently, I believe, undefeated. 2-0 up against their last opponents. And they will go up against Xenos, who suffered a 2-0 defeat against the hands of Written and Sun. So that's going to be an exciting game. So we are looking forward to showing you guys that game in a bit. But in the meantime, we'll take a bit of a break. So Metagaskar GG War played along with Pirate King, splitting the points, which is the honorable thing to do, and not exactly what you want to do. This is a must-win game for both of these teams if they want to qualify. But again, given the way that these brackets are structured, we have 3 teams with 1 point, which means that we're leading into that stage where we might just have tiebreaker after tiebreakers after tiebreakers. But well done to both teams, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
Your misery was mine. Tell me what it's like.
It's ready. Pickup is starting to hit hard. Oh, ultimate getting secured already because Gushan is right there. That's a huge shutdown by the Gushan. And a mega kill by the Foster on the back line. Control of the game coming back to Crimson Knights. That is huge. And it seems like Kaja is getting caught out again. Clint trying to help, and he does manage to save the life of Kaja there. Gushan tries to get mid lane, but he's forced to ult out. It seems like the side of Crimson Knights is just trying their best to secure this bot lane objective for the Moscow. Oh, ultimate by Foster secured. The minion is very low. Oh, what is this? A flicker jump by the Minnow. He is forced to run away normally. Can he survive? No, he cannot. Huge damage being dealt to him. He goes back in, but he dies almost immediately. We do see the Gushan trying to get this objective here. He does have his retribution. That is going to be turtle picked up by the Gushan. Oh, Sora, huge damage getting dealt to him. Lunox did all. That's huge CC, killing spree by the Gushan, but not enough. We can see the Haya getting huge damage on the Gushan, and that is a shutdown for the Haya. And we can see from the builds that both the Haya and the Lunox have Sky Piercer builds. 3 people with Sky Piercer on the team now. That is bold. We did also see the Moscow pick up the bot lane, whereas Phobius picks up the top. What an even game this is so far. 12-12. I will say I still favor the late game of Crimson Knights here, purely because of the Moscow. Moscow picking up the bot lane turret. Ooh, lots of damage getting dealt on this Minnow. He heals it up, all up almost immediately there. Oh, Sora flickers in. That's a huge ult by him. That's first ulting the background. And Minnow survives, flickers back to safety. Look at this fight. All that to get a Phobius. But will that be enough to satiate this team? No, it will not. They're going back in. The Clint is very high. The Minnow is very low. Will he get a kill? Yes, he will. The Sky Piercer being procced there. We see Gushin getting a kill on the Kaja in the back. Huge fight there. But mid lane will be defended by Crimson Knights. Unless this Haya can get a huge kill here in the back. No, he cannot. In fact, he is going to fall to the Gushin. But this Gushin, ew, he barely survives there. What a huge fight for Crimson Knights there. Managing to get the Haya right before load. Will they take advantage of this situation though? Also damage being dealt on the backline here. Fossa does ult. The Sora a bit low here. Fossa, that is gonna be mega kill for the Gushin. We see them going back in. Huge damage getting dealt by the ooh, look at this. The Gushin goes back in. We do see the Gushin does try to get a kill on the Clint, and he does get it. That's unstoppable. Higher ults into nothing there. That is another unstoppable for the Forza. And this should be the freest load to ever be for the side of Crimson Knights. We are getting to the stage of the game where the late game, mid game to late game power spike is hitting hard for Crimson Knights. Ooh, what a huge game so far. Currently, the control is firmly with Crimson Knights, but how long will that last? Sora goes in! That is a huge ultimate by Sora, but will it be enough? That is going to be Gushin going into the background, but he is under the turret. Will it be... No, he cannot survive. Huge shutdown by Haya there. But that is all he can get along with the Sora. That was a 2-for-2 exchange.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
And it does seem like the side of Crimson Knights are going to get the mid lane turret. However, if I am a tribe right now, I'll take that any day of the week. Load is coming in and you got a 2-for-2 exchange. That is a positive when you are behind. And it's also a wasted load. The side of Crimson Knights not being able to do much with this load here. You know, being aggressive, going to the back line here. Try to defend load. The Forza getting absolutely dealt a huge amount of damage in the background. She manages to survive with a flicker. The Sora does pick up a kill on the back, but it does seem like that's another kill secured by the Gushin. Similar story to this Haya. He is stunned. That is a huge engage by the Forza. Manages to get the godlike. Looking at the build, she's getting this godlike for the love of the game. No Sky Piercer. What a fight so far. Control again. Back to Crimson Knights. They just have a better team fight potential right now. Oof. Yeah, with a Moscow being fed right now, not fed, but just getting to the late game stage, it's going to be difficult for the side of Tribe to make a comeback. But they do have the Lunox, and Lunox is terrifying late game, folks. Looking at the builds, there's 3 Sky Piercer stat not working out well for Tribe. There's 0 stacks on Sky Piercer for Lunox at the moment. So far, Crow Twig's performance on this Sora needs to be commended. The amount of sets. Oh, huge ultimate by the Kato on Gushin. Gushin manages to escape. The Sora goes back inside with the Foster ult to back him up. Huge damage being dealt to him. He manages to escape, but will it survive? The Foster getting dealt huge damage from the Haya, but the Haya goes on the Sora. We do see the Clint full HP. Can he do some cleanup duty here? It seems like he can. That is gonna be one huge kill. Kaja does flicker in, but will he die? No, he will not.
Welcome back, everyone, into this final game of the evening. It is going to be these two exciting teams. Team 7 already on a 2-0 win here. They already got a Maniac on Jinwoo. They want to continue with their dominating performance at Aziz. Up against Zenos, who are also looking for it's a must win in this group for them. So let's find out how they do. But this second game, I'm joined here by Kai, who's going to give me his thoughts on these teams. Statistically, he's already mentioned if the side of Zenos does not win this game, they are possibly not going to be able to qualify.
I was just speaking to Nigel about the different groups before we could start now, and some teams really need to start winning.
They call me a
they
hero
will not be qualified.
because I saved my
And
nation
Zenos
from
is one
falling
of those
apart.
teams. If they don't win this game, I don't think they will be qualifying for the top 16.
Certainly, and that's exactly what we want to look for. If you want to win, if you want to qualify, win all your games, because again, it is ultimately a best of 2. I feel like that's the fun part about this best of 2, man. We want to reward the teams. It rewards the teams that put in the effort and get a 2-0 sweep. So that's exactly the type of gameplay they're looking for as this game goes on, and we see that the side of Team 7, 71% of the votes. That is how it's looking right now.
We do see the bans coming out from Team 7 being the YSS, and on the side of Zenos, it's Clint. Could Clint possibly be a target ban or a respect ban for the side of Team 7?
I definitely think so, man. They have a pretty good Clint on their side, and it's like one of the heroes that they're comfortable with. They do sometimes like to go for the Mia, but more often or not, it is going to be...
The clouds are ever shifting,
but
this heart remains steadfast.
Homework being done on both teams, eh?
They've definitely studied
Welcome
each
to the
other.
greatest mag show of all time.
Harley ban. Harley ban, it's not a target ban, but Harley's just been dominating in every single game you've seen a Harley play.
1.
Harley's just been
Time to
performing
drop the
really
beat
well.
of the flash.
Joy?
Your team is picking.
What do you think about the Joy, Nigel?
I see easy prey
I think the
everywhere.
Joy makes sense because I mean it was something that they played last time they won. So they
Valor and royalty in a
Liam
dead
was
body.
instantly locked from the side of Zenos, so they've definitely been thinking about picking up all of these heroes on their side. So they're very excited here.
So
there is the option to go Minnow or Grok, but I'm not sure if they're going to pick it up, or even the Zetian. So that's something that Zenos likes to go for themselves.
yeah, Joy was part of the homework then. Joy was part of the homework.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
do like the Leo pick.
I think I saw, I think it was Andile. He said he was going through the matches, watching what Team 7 plays. So they've been ready. They're trying to do this. But the fans from the side of Team 7 are here. 72% of you guys believe that the Team 7 is about to sweep. You know, Team 7 or...
This land is our homeland,
when the
and
chance
it will
gets a
soon
little bit
be
more
our burial
important,
ground.
That's true. I'm gonna take a look at the chats now, because remember Andile's last match, he was chatting more than he was roaming versus Rutilin Suns.
Exactly.
Let me
So he's gonna be looking to try and change that record going on. But let's find out.
Man.
Crocs
Sniper ready.
65
Give me a
sometimes likes
target.
to go for the Gushin, but he seems to have changed it up a bit.
Leo is just such a good jungler right now. Like Giga was saying earlier, he would say Leo is one of his top 3.
It's time to go to the
Jump the
RT show.
Your team is picking.
Nigel, are
Certainly.
you here?
Yeah, no, I'm here. Just I was checking a message that I got, but it's fine. But we are back here focusing on the side of
Experience the youth and
another
the
hero.
suffering.
Ranger is back on the side of Nixig. This time we had an Aegis. I'm assuming he's associated to a flicker, but it looks like Team 7's fans are here. Can they keep up the momentum? A few more Xenos fans came around. And I like the bands that are coming out here from this team. Jinwoo, obviously, you know what's funny, right? Jinwoo got a maniac on this
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the
They haven't
shadows
been.
and plague
same
this
thing with
world.
Nixic. He also has a Savage on that graveyard.
Butterfly is
So
born
it's
by
two
thy wish,
heroes that
is
maybe we're gonna
guided
try to
by
counter,
lantern's
maybe try to
light.
deal with. So in their case, the response to the Yuzong was a Lapu Lapu. In this case, the
Welcome to
Granger's
Rock's
Leslie
Castle, tiny
is going to be
friend.
happening in the gold lane. So I think let's find out how it goes. It's all about, obviously, we executed it. Akira says that Yuzong is tough. Definitely, man. So let's find out. Kai is commentating. Yes, Kikui, I hope your exam is going to be going well. And your studying is going even better.
Crowned by heaven's mandate, your team's legacy shall endure.
It does look like they... Dark Soul? Is that his name? No, Dark Side is hovering
like
over...
Side, yeah, Side.
Dark Side is hovering over a saber. I wouldn't recommend a saber. Saber where though? Saber where is the real question. Please don't pick saber.
That's exactly. I mean, listen, they can. It is definitely something that they can do. We've seen a lot of teams do funny things. Yeah, that would be one. Because the thing is, right? If you're in this comp, you're gonna be trying to fight out a composition that's so tough. It's so tanky too. So I don't know who Saber is gonna be able to pick off. That they rightly decide to go
He
straight.
did change to Kamala.
They changed it. They had to.
I think he was just trolling there. Saber roll.
Like blood. Your team is picking.
Certainly, and ooh, there it is right now as we see that they're about to decide what they want to go for here. It seems like both of these two teams are ready to try and get a victory in this game. Julian, again, sometimes I judge the Julian, he comes out and but we're gonna find out if that's gonna be the case today, as
It is
it looks
who
like it's
we
gonna be Julian
are.
along with an Atlas. Atlas, we haven't seen. Actually, it is something that Aegis also is very good
more
with.
than
Your
a
Facial
weapon.
links that comes from that, the combos, that the potential that is available from having this type of composition is definitely intense. Let's find out how they execute this draft. As it's
Payback
Farsa
time.
coming in from the side of Xenos. Interesting drafts all around, I believe. As we see that the both teams are ready, they're going to jump into this game. They are ready, and once again, as we see, like these teams are they're just locked in, man. They're excited, but again, shouldn't be too excited to the point that you don't get the chance to execute your draft. But let's find out who wins this game in this best of 2 series. Both of these giants are looking to. It's a team that has 2-0 versus a team that currently has, 2-0 against their side. So that's exactly what they're trying to do in this match. Let's find out how these teams are. Who are you guys deciding to vote for? Who are you supporting? Vamos, Team 7. Damn, I did it. And Hyundai, Team Xenos. Let us find out in this best of 2. I'm liking both teams. If you come up to show, put up a good show for the fans. Let's see how it goes. I'm interested because the Purifier is already here from the Lilia, so it's going to be very slippery to catch out. Every time the Fatal Links comes in, she's going to be able to get in that team fight as much as she would like to. And if someone CCs her, it doesn't really work against the Camilla. That's the thing that is surprising to me too. The Purifier doesn't work on Camilla, so you can still press it, but if the Cursed Blood is on you, you're still going to die. Let's find out as we go in the second game of the evening. Both teams
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the
both teams are looking
battlefield.
to end this game.
Smash them.
And hopefully we can all go rest.
All
Let's
troops
find
deployed.
out as we see that both teams are starting off with it's going to be an opposite buff direction here. Yukimaru is here starting on his blue buff. Definitely going to have a lot more faster rotation. Ready back, the first blood already comes out from Iceberg in the definitely one of the earliest kills, or earliest deaths we've seen on a hero in this tournament. Very, very rare. 28 seconds of ramp, they've already taken down a Fisherman, but this time a Mage So that mid duo is definitely going to be happy with the way that the game is going right now. Don't worry about the overlay. I was just fixing that in a bit as I look for the critical foul. But so far the action is being brought by the side of Team 7. They're going in. They're going in on the Atlas. Ooh. Still going in. Julian goes in. Even Marta with the damage. Doesn't have the level 3 out yet. Leslie comes in. Doesn't have the deadly sniper or the ultimate sniper ready. Atlas is there. 8-4 and T4 are definitely doing a good job for the start of the game. But look at how low the gold laner is here. Zen Nexek forced to go back to the base in this early game exchange. It's coming from both of these teams. Atlas is going in there to this exchange. They're still trying to fight this battle. Oh, but nothing comes out of that exchange. Still, both teams are looking to set up for the next objective, which is scoring the next 8 seconds, where both of these teams are looking to try and capitalizing on the momentum that they've already built. But in the top lane, I'm seeing already another team fight happening out there. Bizong versus Lapu Lapu. Andile is in a good position. Doesn't have his ultimate ready.
Team hero
Another kill in
has
the mid
been
lane.
slain.
Andile goes into the
Hero
back
has
line.
been
Kill, 2 kill. And Nexek struck. Croc is going to be able to start the next objective uncontested because the jungler is not on the map. Retribution is in hand for the side of Xenos as they secure possibly.
Red team has slain the turtle.
The turtle, the blackjack comes out onto Andire, but he's going to be using it to disengage because both of his teammates are not available to try and fight that exchange in the river area. But actually, as I see another battle on the top lane. Raver Spider committed is trying to go in. Jin, who forced to use the flicker, is Andile, but in the bottom lane I'm seeing that the Camilla is ready. Dark side, does he want to take him back to the base side? 8-try is about to 8-4. Oh damn, that was pretty solid from my side. It seems like nothing's gonna come out of this exchange. Atlas comes in. He does have level 3 unlocked, not level 4 yet, so he's still not going to be able to commit the fatal links in that engage. As I see Eskino's team is ready to put some fire in this match. But again, they keep just moving up a little bit. Ooh! Julian is still farming here, guys. Keeping some of his farm up. I am enjoying. Looks like they want to make a gank clear down here in the bottom lane. That's exactly the type of gameplay they want to do. Julian is available, waiting for someone to make a mistake. Nexus Croc realizes that someone is here watching. Is he going to be able to get this? Nothing comes out of this exchange. It looks like Aya will be able to fix this. Luckily enough, Team 7 file is going to be downloaded. Give me 1 second. Why? Tell them that it's human. Anyways, guys, let me sort this out for you so you guys can finally see the game.
Blue team
that
hero
is
has been
Team
slain.
7 is ready. Get on the game. Now we're good to go. You've seen that Julian is here. There's a team fight coming and Barca goes in. Lydia commits the banshees to get out of this game. Comes in, Phantom Speed goes in. Retribution is in and Fatal Links committed by the Atlas. They get 2 members, 3 members.
Red
Still
team
get a
hero
kill. Croc
has
goes
been
down.
slain.
It looks like you're going to be able to get a kill on the dark side. Dark side escapes. Dark side is still being chased, but the Julian, Lapu Lapu and the Faster commits the flicker in that exchange. Good game so far for both teams, but Team 7, Team 2 at least regain some momentum. Back in this Andy is back on the team fight.
Blue team has slain the turtle.
It looks like the side, again, the back and forth game, gold lead is exactly even, which is exactly what you want. The level of hunger and desperation needed from teams that are struggling to end this game, to struggle to at least put the domination onto the game. After commits, Phantom Speed comes out, Retribution committed, they managed to take the Retribution on his red buff, so they are going to be looking to disengage, but 8-4 is not going to be able to get out of this exchange. First blood onto Julian. Julian tries to get out of the exchange alive, and he still is doing fine, but Andy reset his sights on him. He's trying to get something. Dark side forced to retreat, but both teams, they're trading relatively well right now. As you look at the gold lead, it's about 1,000. That is pretty good for their side. We're back here. Welcome back, Entity. Welcome back. Phantom Drip is also, I don't know how he is level 1, but he still does have, not level 1, number 1 rather. As it looks like fast. They get another turret in the top lane. Andile is still in the top lane. Still has the Bravest fighter already. Atlas goes in. Look at the damage coming in from two, and they get 2 members. They're just trying to escape. Espino is taken out. The upside might just be the next person. Fatal Lich comes out on 2 members. And look at the damage coming from Julian. That's a double kill for him. Uses the retribution, and a flicker was also committed, but he's not going to be able to get the kill. Leslie is wasting a flicker there, but the turret goes down for the side of Nexus. But the damage is still coming around in the mid lane, goes in. Oh, they're trying to get him damage. That dragon committed, they get a kill on top. Looks like Yimura Omaru is trying to get out of there. He stuns them. Handily forced into the backline, forced into the mid lane turret. He goes in with the Bravest fighter, and the bottom lane is kill. Flick the big force around this. Very low, very low Granger. They're going to be able to disengage in that exchange. So far, both teams are trading well around the map, and they're still able to get the stake. As it looks like the next neutral objective is back, and it looks like both teams are able to try and contest this. 2 turrets to the side. Again, the kill difference and the goal difference. It looks like the side of Team 7 are the ones that are winning, but it's not. It's actually Xenos who have 2 towers to the stage, and it looks like they might going to be able to get this next neutral objective possibly uncontested, because I mean it's going to be contested right now because it looks like Julian goes into the backline, Atlas goes in, does have to open up fast again, Atlas is committed, Atlas commits the middle, it's onto one level, but they're going to be not going to be able to get that kill. Oh, it's forced to use the best. What if they exchange? Absolute is no longer in play. Here comes the first one, they get the double kill on the Leomos, looking to get a triple, might just be a maniac. Oh, that is not a maniac. Make sure that he's the star of the show this evening. Again, another win for the side of Xenos.
Red team has slain the turtle.
And they're gonna look with that exchange. They're gonna be able to sit down the mid lane turret. The side of Xenos is steamrolling right now. It looks like it might just be trouble for the side of Xenos. Retribution committed onto the back. Julian managed to take some of the stuff. He's gonna be able, but he's not gonna be able to survive. He goes down with that. Lapu Lapu goes in. Andy flickers out of that exchange. Looks like Bravest fighter on Tuesday, man. He gets taken out, man. Araselma gets taken out from Team 7. Unfortunate exchange. They rise, realize that the Granger is there, tries to protect some of his jungle, but it's not going to be the case for this. They're not able to protect that. Xenos are back in control of this match. It looks like the side of Team 7, for the first time in this Regional Cup stage, they look to be the ones that need to dig deep and try to make a comeback happening. Let's find out how they do, as I see Phantom Drip, Kikui, and Pilas already. But yeah, Dark System is back. 60 seconds towards the next neutral objective. Who gets it? As we see, 8-4 is here, tries to give his team a bit of vision. It's not really working out yet. It's still not working out because they need to at least try to get a fatal. Oh, he's trying to bait them here into the mid lane. Realizes Andile's day. That's not the fatal lane win. But there is no flicker in play, so he's gonna wait out. Flickers now finally ready. Oh, Lenny, he commits the back shoes. Lapu Lapu goes into the Bravest fighters. Atlas commits the ultimate. And a kill. Black Dragon takes that exchange. Mega kill comes out of really more as Diamond disengages. Ooh, look at the passes coming in from the Yuzong in the bottom line. Meanwhile, it is Darkseid versus the Julian. Darkseid versus Camilla versus the Julian. Who gets the skill? And the old members coming. Espino has gone in here. Julian is going to be the only one in the 1v4 situation. Cole has been trying to take the Julian out. He gets a mega kill. Andile is on fire today. He's not in the chat, and this is exactly what happened. When you're not in the chat, when you locked onto the game, the next objective is spawning. 3 seconds. It looks like it's going to be easily taken by the side of Nexus's team because there's no jungler for the side of Team 7. And they're going to get the retribution ready. Diamond goes back in. Camilla's going in. He does have the curse slap, but it comes the nice deadly snipe coming in from
Red Team
Hero. They're gonna be able to easily secure the next kill on that. The slight overextension from the Camilla. He was trying to get his team vision. It's not going to be enough though. So far, so good for the side of Xenos. They're leading. 33% chance for them to win according to the votes. Apparently they are winning this. They're proving the haters wrong. And it seems Andil is also locked in. Lapu Lapu is there with the bravest fighter. Look at the itemization right now as we look at this. Lapu's already picked up the War Rat and Hunters. Sky Pieces already on the Granger. Fleeting Time build has been gone by this, but interesting to see here. Concentrated energy built into a feather from the Julian. As the next fight is
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
Fatal Links ready? Nothing comes out of that exchange. So First Blood and Fatal Links are both in my game this one. Yuzong is trying his best right now. It's 2-3 today, but it seems like the playbook from the side of Xenos is simply paying off right now. He picks up stuff. They're dealing with the damage, tries to do something, tries to save the tower here for his team. It doesn't seem to be working. I mean, it works for now, but his team needs him in this fight. But I mean, he's doing a good job of split pushing for his team. It looks like he's actually just getting up on the red buff area. As it looks like it's going to be Zeno's turn to try and just ultimate sniper comes out from the levy. It's just dealing damage onto the Farsa in this situation.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Oh, there's a team fight happening right now as it looks like the side of Xenos going to be re-engaging, going back to the base, try to take some of this farm around the map here. As we see that the Camilla is ready right now, 60 seconds towards the next objective, and it looks like Atlas is available. 8-4. Only 8 rise in this situation. That is the question that we have. Gen Wu is trying to farm up a bit more in this team fight, but again, it's not enough right now. There aren't a lot of squishy targets for him to try and go for. He can possibly go for the Faster, but Faster is just safely outing from the back, says they. They're not able to take him out. Julian goes in, doesn't have the anti-heal. Look at the pulls right now again. Who has anti-heal? Atlas has it. Maybe they need another extra layer of anti-heal if the Atlas is not a map. Maybe a glowing one from one of the two members there. But Leslie is going to start dealing a lot of damage as the game progresses, so maybe that's what we're hoping for. But it's not looking good so far, but it's definitely not over because both of these teams equally have the ability to make a comeback happen. It looks like they're already, I'm going to take a lot of damage. Oh, they used the ultimate. They used it until they get a kill on that. Atlas, very good sacrifice being made by him to try and secure a very crucial kill for their team. Andile gets taken out of that stage. Farsaka missed the ultimate into the deadly sniper. Lilia getting the damage, forced to use a flicker, but the next person that goes out might be the Julian. Oh, kill on the Julian as the objective is spawning. Both junglers are not on the map, except for maybe the Liam who is also a jungler. I don't know why I said it, but they're going to be kill. Killing comes out to the Granger. Looks like it might just be one more kill comes out. The kill from 8 rise. Both teams have lost a few members. Both teams are not going to be able to start this right now, so they're going to be forced to re-engage, go back to the base. What's up, guys?
I'm back.
Back, okay. You let me know what you found.
I'll let you know.
Alright, cool. Liam goes in here. They're going to keep going with the time to speed. We want to try and beat this there to beat it down. This is your army to the side of this one. Take this down. Let the reinforced armor. It's not going to be enough for the list. Double kill comes out from Andile as he's simply on fire today. He's trying to go in here. Is he going to be able to get this kill from this? That's going to be an unstoppable for Xenos as he's dealing the damage that is absolutely needed for the side of their team to win this game. Can they do it? Can they do it? Xenos looking to try and get a 2-0 sweep here over the side of the 8 rises team 7. What are your thoughts on the game so far, Kai? Have you been watching?
No, I was busy doing the work I was given.
Certainly. Okay, Kai will catch up. Xenos seem to be winning.
Is that all? It's pretty good to see Xenos performing well. The truth is we haven't actually got to see them play much because their teams usually end up either AFK or just not showing up.
Dealing the damage on the Yuzong, forcing him out of this exchange. Julian wants to get something out of his skill. Camilla in a lot of trouble, but she's not able to escape this. Oh, they're going in again once again. Fatal Lens is ready from the Atlas, tries to commit it, but they burst him down before he can fully lock it in. As it looks like they are on fire. 100 seconds towards the next objective. As a time of Team 7, they're going to start to look at this board. Look at this build. Leslie's already pulled up an anti from his item. Malefic Gown comes out. No Blade of Despair yet. I'm assuming maybe it was an expensive item to try and build. So far, it is so far it is good for the side of Zenos' opponents, but it's getting more and more complicated. Let's see the only person with the stats is what stats they have. Let's quick stats in that range. As you see that, it's going to be another team fight happening right now. Atlas is available. Unreal is in trouble here in this exchange. But it looks like they're going to try 8-4. They go in with the damage. They are trying something here. It's not going to be enough. 8-4 goes in. Nothing so far. It looks like both of these teams are still trying to make something happen in this game. 40 seconds. 40 seconds towards the next neutral objective. And it looks like Lapu Lapu is realized who's in the map. Julian also realized who's on the map. Now we're going to have a brawl in the top lane. 1v1 battle. Lapu commits the bravest fight of the group. Julian goes in. Oh, the damage is not there yet. He's trying to do this 1v1. They're kicking this in the 1v1 brawl. Atlas comes to win the front. Jinwoo comes to win the front. Also comes in here. Fatal links commented onto the Unreal. Unreal is still not dying. He's sustaining the damage. Gets a mega kill onto the Julian. Faster gets the kill. They're still going in. Curse Blood committed onto the members. They're still trying to deal with damage. Phantom Steed into it. From the marksman there. That's going to be a double kill for the Granger. Exactly what they're looking for. Team 7 in trouble here. Granger comes in with the damage. Oh, Black Shoes committed. That's going to be a shutdown kill for the Leslie. As it looks like Alice, not rather, how do you pronounce Araselma? With the Lilia is still doing fine as the next objective looks to be uncontested. Actually, there is going to be a contestation as the Leslie gets a killing spree. Atlas goes in. He does have his turn. Get the fatal links committed onto the Leomord. Leomord is very, very low. Tries to shutdown kill from the Leomord. A monster kill. And that's going to be another kill coming from Leo. And it's a wipe out for Team 7's. Zenos is on fire right now as they're looking to try and at least push down the mid lane. They're not interested in the turtle or the lord so far. They want to try and take one more card before. They don't have the Leslie. Maybe that's why they're not going for this. Oh, Julian is available. He's also available. But it looks like it is trouble for the side of Zenos. I mean, Zenos has 28 kills. But if you look at the turrets, there's not a lot of turrets on their side. But they are still looking to get that momentum that they need. Granger's being given the red buff. And it looks like it's going to be the time to try and contest for this. Both teams are ready. Julian's team less so, but a few of them are still at base. Lapu realizes that again, it's going to be an 18-minute lord. So whoever takes this possibly has a very good chance of winning the game. But the way the back and forth is going in this game, it looks like Micah scores to both teams. It looks like they are going in. Julian goes to dash out. Leslie's running around. The Black Dragon is around. And Golden Black Dragon. Who is going to the phone for it. He's going to the backline. No one is there available, but the fantastic comes. Fatal links from the Atlas. They get 4 members in that exchange. Faster is going to be the next one. Fantastic. From the side of Team 7. Vamos Team 7 as they're looking to try and end this game. They were behind. They were struggling, but that one play, that fatal link coming in from this team, they might have just turned the game around as they're looking to lock this. They've set their sights on this game. They want to end this game. Obrigado Team 7 for ending this game. What a good game. And they're recalling Jinwoo. They have just turned this game around in a 1-0 clean victory from their team. And Team 7, I think they're not going to be the ones that are struggling here. Very good game from Zenos up until that late game that the Atlas came in with that fatal links before the Curse Blood could have been committed. So let me look up what the word is. Well done in Portuguese. Let me know, guys. Is it muy bonito? How do you guys say good job in Portuguese?
Google it before you chop up some.
Okay, let me Google it. Okay, before the end of the game, the game is done. Let me tell you what is good job in Portuguese. Good job in Portuguese. It is oh my goodness, it's bom trabalho. Well done, guys. Good game. We're gonna be taking guys into game 2. So Team 7 came back with a victory. Let's see if this time Zenos can try to return the favor as we move into game 2. Kai will let us know what type of map we're gonna go in the second game. But so far, Zenos already, Team 7 already. Now we all just gonna decide the map. So Kai, you will let us know when you're ready?
Yeah, I'm asking them now.
Okay, he's asking that. But so far so good. So guys, if you wanna check out the brackets, it is gonna be on mobilesouthernafrica.com. That is where the brackets are. As it looks to be, I believe Zenos this time around are gonna have first pick, and they're looking to try and dominate this game. And Zenos is deciding the map. if you were Xenos, what would you do? They were doing everything you could possibly do to win a game. But then again, the fatal links from the Atlas at that last engage is definitely what turned the game around. And they were able to successfully evade everything and get into that. The only person being left was the Farser. They just managed to simply end the game after the exchange. So far, it looks like Xenos absolutely win. I mean, they were doing everything that you need to win if you are the team that is behind. But Xenos with the dollar signs, oh, they've lost members. It looks like they're doing an emergency
Xenos will be making a sub.
Are they making a substitution? Have they chosen their map though? That's the question.
They have not.
All right, so they're choosing the map and they're going to be making a substitution, emergency substitution from the side of Xenos. Is the emergency going to be answered? We are going to find out. If it's going to be a super sub, we are going to find out. Those are the questions that we need to find out right now. But in the votes, if I'm looking at the votes right now, looks like the side of Team 7 fans are here, man. The whole community is here. The Angolans are here to support the giants of Team 7. I mean, it's not going well for Hunters. They have an extremely difficult group. Omnitrix have won. Okay, good job is Bom Trabajo. Okay, Bom Trabajo. I'll get it right, guys.
Listen, well done.
Well done.
Well done.
All right, well done, guys. Good job. Yeah, so now it is going to be the time for Xenos to step it up and get a victory for their team. If they can keep up they can copy paste their early to mid game to the late game, they can definitely become a major threat in this tournament. But again, there isn't a lot of time. There isn't a lot of time in this tournament. As the more the games go, you need to start winning a lot more 3-0 wins. But let's find out what Xenos map. What map do they want? Have they decided yet?
Broken walls.
Okay, broken walls. That is perfect. So broken
Someone
walls.
asked.
Yeah.
They asked for the map with the gap thingy.
What?
The gap thingy.
With the gap thingy. Okay, that is broken walls. That's good. So that's the point of this thing. We can find out what teams. Is it? I believe it's Xenos who chose that, and it's their first pick, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So I believe Giga is back. He's gonna walk us through the draft. Giga, you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. So Giga's gonna walk us through the draft with Kai as we go into game 2 versus Xenos versus Team 7. Let's find out who wins this game, who is leading their teams to victory as we go into the last game of the evening. Xenos with the first ban. Take us through this. You're in the lobby, right?
Yes, I am.
Perfect.
And Xenos, for the last game of the night, is going to be first pick. And Team 7 is going to be second pick on Broken Walls. So, what do you think?
Did you watch last game?
Welcome to the
Not
greatest
really.
mag show
It
of
was
all
kind of
time.
more focused on eating, but okay. Team Xenos. Oh, well, Xenos is going to ban Harley first ban. Pretty standard. Very good ban coming in from them. What is Team 7 going to respond with?
So one thing I noticed, back in the Angola tournament, the Angolans especially, they tend to mainly ban out.
Sniper ready.
They
Give me a
tend to mainly
target.
Your
target
team
bans.
is banning.
Speaking of target bans, Leslie is banned after the previous game. I did see a few of last game, especially the end there, where Atlas connected a 4-man fatal links while Leslie was just melting them down when it got to late game. But Team 7 does ban Leomord, which is a very good ban because previous games Xenos did pick up the Leomord and was dominating with it.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a cough right now. I don't know what.
Different perspectives expose
Your
the
team
same
is
We do
truth.
see a Marcel ban on the side of Team 7. Again, my opinion, Marcel he's a pretty broken hero to me. In my opinion, I think he's
May
a
the
pretty broken
blood of
hero.
my
Banning him
enemies
out
flow
is
through
not a
my
bad
spear.
idea. And a Mincy ban from the side
Has
of
there
Xenos.
ever been a game where Marcel was open tonight?
Not tonight.
I don't think so.
Not tonight, but previous nights Marcel has been open, and I think basically every time Marcel's been open, it's been crazy things.
All right,
The
and then
clouds are ever
Xenos with the
shifting,
Mincy
but
ban
this
and
heart
Team
remains
7 with the Sora
steadfast.
ban. So, what do you think about the Mincy ban?
When the body
I'm not sure,
suffers,
but it does
your
make me
team
believe that they're
spirit
gonna go for
blooms.
heroes with mobility.
Chivalry is dead.
That makes a lot of sense because
I
they
will
first pick
revive it.
Benedetta instantly. And then Team 7 responds with the Clint. And well, while they think about that, Mincy Ben, I would have been hating on it if it wasn't for the Madagascar versus Pirate King games where we did
That
see Mincy put in a ton of work. So there's that, as well as the fact that Xenos does pick up the Bene, which does get hard countered by Mincy. So yeah, so far their draft seems to be complementing what they were going for, the bans and picks. But now that the time is going down, Team 7 does pick up the Kufra.
Kufra. I think before I say whether I think Kufra is bad or good into this, I should see what they pick next.
That is true, but there is a Benedetta for the Kufra, but Benedetta, I'm pretty sure, can stun the Kufra if she uses Eye for an Eye, which is Benedetta's second skill. Whenever she gets stunned or hit by a CC skill, enemies around her will get stunned instead.
That's
Xenos
cool.
does pick up the Grok. And what else with the Grok?
Crowned by heaven's mandate,
we've been
your
seeing a lot of
legacy shall
Zetian
endure.
tonight and throughout the entirety of the tournament with pretty successful performances. So
Definitely
good coming in from Xenos. And what is Team 7 gonna respond for their lost pick during the first?
Does look like they're hovering over a Fanny. Could we see a Fanny?
A Fanny would be very exciting to see for tonight's lost game.
I'm kind of thinking, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're just messing with us.
Yeah. Yesterday we had the issue where the one guy was like changing spells. He was going from purified to petrified
Hope
to
will find
fire.
a way.
Your
Even when
team is
all
They
is
do pick
forlorn.
Vexana though, which I do not think is a good pick because Grok can abuse Vexana, Zetian can stun her while
I've been
Vexana's
waiting for too
comboing,
long.
and a Benedetta can dive backline pretty easily. But maybe this Vexana has a trick up her sleeve that we're not expecting and will be fine against that lineup. All right, but yeah, Team 7 with the first ban of the second banning phase being Carry being banned.
I'd say that that's not a bad ban. That's a pretty good ban, I think.
It is, and they're what do you say? Team 7 hasn't picked up a jungler yet or an EXP laner, and both those roles can still go for a very tanky hero. So maybe they're setting up for something. A Hanabi ban too. Interesting ban, but once Hanabi does get her item, she also melts tank. So it's still maybe looking like a tankier lineup coming in for Team 7. While Xenos does ban out the Alice, so they want to prevent a tanky hero from being picked up for Team 7.
What do you think they are going to ban next? Could it be EXP or jungle?
It seems to be an EXP. I was thinking maybe the Uranus because, in my opinion, Alice and Uranus works pretty similar. It's just that Alice has a bit more mobility and CC. But let's see. Team 7 hovering the Lapu.
Will they pick it is the real question. These teams just taking their time with their picks right now. Like,
does he have what it takes to cook up a Lapu like Andile did the previous game?
Andile did really well on his Lapu.
All right, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This land
and
is our homeland. And
TA4 is going to go for the Lapu Lapu.
Hopefully he puts up a good performance.
He is a pretty good pick into the Zetian because of his CC immunity. So even if Zetian does have her passive, she can't really do much against
She
a
can't
Lapu.
push him away, yeah. Let's see who Xenos picks up for their marksman and jungler. It doesn't look like
Experience
Xbox
the
is Ranger.
euphony of suffering.
Xenos did do quite good with Granger the previous game, but Export coming in for Xenos, I'm not too sure because right now Team 7 doesn't really have a tanky lineup, but they are hovering the sun. Maybe...
They are hovering the sun, but then Sylvana? I feel like I'm being trolled. I feel like I'm being trolled.
Team 7 might be trolling. They've been doing this with the Vixana, now maybe the Sylvana.
Back to sun.
Back to sun.
Putting a lot of thought into this.
So, who's next?
A lot of thought into feeding Exborg lifesteal.
Please take Reggie, someone. Oh, thank you.
All right, so it looks like Sun is going to be the jungler against Exborg jungle, which, like I said, I feel like the Sun is just gonna heal the Exborg, but let's see what Yukimaru can do on the Sun. But heading into the last game of the night, who do you think has the better draft here?
I am going to put my money on Xenos. What about you?
I think I'm also gonna put my money on Xenos just because if I had to imagine a team fight, I feel like it would just be better for Xenos because of the Fury of the Phoenix, as well as Tectonic Charge with Last Insanity, a bunch of strong team fight ultimates.
Yeah, they really also have that backline dive.
That is right. And the backline for the side of Team 7 is less mobile than most heroes.
Especially this Vixana. I'm wondering how Vixana plans to position herself in team fight with Lapu, not Lapu, my bad, with Grok and Benedetta there.
All troops deployed.
All right, heading into the match, we got Grok and Zetian, as well as the Vexana and Kufra. Seems like Team 7 is going to take mid control early, and now Xenos is going to take it back because Vexana isn't there. Grok does seem to be attacking Kufra, but nothing too much going on. Xenos clears mid lane first. Will they be looking for an invade, is the question.
It does? No. I was gonna say Grok might try to go for that, but the buff is already gone.
Yeah, Grok seems to just be going there to give vision. And okay, Xborg and Sun gonna start a fight early. Who gets the litho? Sun does. Alright. Benedetta seems to just be doing her own thing. Pretty chill EXP. Team 7 does clear mid lane, but Vixana's already trapped. And this is where the low mobility really hurts Team 7, but he does manage to get out without having to burn the flicker. Both sides of the jungles are on their red, but look at Bene. She might be caught out. Kufra's looking at her, eyeing down on her. She gonna use the eye for an eye, but no, she goes down to Vexana. First blood for the Vexana. Caught out by 4 people. I'm not too sure about that. What do you think, Kai?
I think everything is going well, but again, I'm worried about the Sun play, but it seems that the momentum is going to be on the side of this team right now. They're just looking for the pressure that they want to. I mean, they can't like fall behind. When you look at Team 7 job, they can't fall behind because they don't have the comfort of having a very, very good late game comp. Sun is okay, like, I don't know, let's find out how they do it. It's all about execution, of course, but Borg has already started with his native objective. I don't think he realized the Sun is available.
That was a good ambush from the Sun, going after the Zetian, but Xborg and Grok do manage to find the Sun. Last Insanity onto the Sun, getting them a kill onto the jungle. Fury of the Phoenix comes in, stuns the Lapu and the Vexana. But Kufra does manage to land the first kill and get onto Xborg, but he does survive.
Certainly he does survive in that exchange, but Clint in the meantime able to farm up a lot more. Grok is extremely low here, but he's still keeping up the pressure. He's still trying to fight, but at least at this point he manages to recall back to the base.
both sides are gonna reset. There might be another fight for the turtle again, but yeah, looking at the gold, and it does seem like Clint is ahead of the Granger by 300, which is quite a big difference early on into the game. And notice how Granger finished his boost while Clint hasn't. So Clint is going to be doing more damage to Granger, and it's certainly showing on the map. Meanwhile, at the Turtle is off HP, but Team 7 manages to secure it because they were just better positioned for it, and manages to kill Grok as well as maybe the export? Okay, Sun is also low, but he manages to escape from the Benedetta. So it's just going to be a 1-for-0 exchange as well as the Turtle for Team 7.
Certainly, man, but it looks like the side of Team 7, they're the ones that are in the lead right now. They're the ones that don't need to win this, but the side of Xenos absolutely needs to win this if they want to come back to the top 2 of the group. They need to win because they need to at least get 1 point from this exchange and try to get a 2-0 win in the sweep. And they're going to be looking to try and do that, but Lapu, I mean, he's splitting in the top lane, but Lapu was definitely a very good pick from their side, but because they took it away, they sort of needed to make a few suggestions, but I still actually see that Andil is not on the map. Why did they sub off the best player in the last match?
That is a really good question, because now it seems like Xenos is on the back foot, unlike the previous game. And looking at how Team 7 was able to make a comeback the previous game with their late game favorite heroes, how do you feel for Xenos in this game now that they're behind?
I feel like in this game, I was surprised about the Sun. I'm still surprised about the Sun because Sun already engages in that exchange. But again, it's probably going to get to that stage in the late game. I want to see what type of build Sun is going for. Yeah, it looks like he's going for pure damage. Got Wood Talk already pulled up. They can't use it. But it's going to be enough damage coming in. They get a kill. Still engaging. Croc in a lot of trouble. Forced to get out of the exchange alive. They go in there. Jinwoo. That's a flicker from the Clint. They get another kill. And that's a shutdown from Nexus. As it looks like a decent trade. 2 members. They get 1. But it looks like Nexus wants to recall, but they already know where he is. They're going in on the Jinwoo. Is now on the roam this time around. And they've already started the next objective. Uncontested once again.
Extremely aggressive plays coming in from Team 7, and it does look like they're going to secure the second turtle of the game without any trouble. And it does seem like they're just going to play it safe and slow now that they're already made a 2k gold lead.
Certainly, and
but it looked...
Oh! Nothing is good.
Fury of the Phoenix was popped, but they don't manage to get any follow-up out of it. That was a pretty well-timed eye for an eye from the Vene, and then the re-engage. But sadly, the re-engage, along with the Fury of the Phoenix, wasn't able to get anything.
Certainly, and in the top lane is a 1v1 battle. Still seems to be like the Lapu is the one that's defeating. But again, guys, if you look at the kills, if you look at the pressure on the map, you'd expect a lot more kills and turrets. But both teams are currently still at 0 at a deadlock. Let's see who breaks the tie here, who cracks open the seal of turrets in the top. You see another team fight happening right now. Lost Insanity committed on the 8-4 once again, and the 8-4 commits the Lost Insanity, but Kufra, he's gonna try to save the team fight, but again in the top lane there, Benedetta goes in very low, mid gets taken out from that exchange. They are steamrolling. It looks like they might just be able to take one of their first turrets of the game. So I'll push the wall to try to slow them down. They can still be able to crack open that turret in the top lane.
Team 7 is getting pretty decent trades out of these team fights, but my concern about what's happening so far here is Cooper also goes in and then uses the second skill. It does seem like Team 7 wants something, but they don't manage to get any kills. But okay, like I was saying, so they have been getting pretty good trades, but the trades are usually involving Team 7's marksman dying, which I don't think is a really good thing, because you kind of... it does seem like the game has been paused.
Certainly.
So, the second turtle is about to spawn. Team 7 is looking to get the mid lane and then possibly take a buff or two before going to the turtle. Oh, but there's not any buff, so yeah, it just seems like they're gonna take the mid lane turret and then go to the next turtle.
Certainly, and we did pause. It was a pause for the side of Xenos. They're saying that their Benedetta is lagging. So, fun fact, so they subbed off their player who was doing well, and then now they have a player that is lagging as a substitution. That is not the combo that you might be looking for in this game, as it looks like the side of... actually, let's look at the team here. Team 7 is real. They're about to go for this mid lane turret, which looks very much up for the taking. Rangers still split pushing, so you can definitely take a lane down there in the bottom lane. But let's see how they do. They've already prepared for this. They want to end this game. They can't be able to break the record right now, but they can definitely get the full 2 points. I mean, it's 3 points needed from this 2-0 win. And that would take them possibly first in their group. So their group isn't really getting 2-0 like that. Isn't this your group? This is your group. Yeah.
Yes, this is my group.
Yeah, so this would take them above your team in this group, which would give them 6 points. You guys are yet to face Team 7. Wait, actually, who was your first? Was it which one hasn't you faced? You faced Xenos, but you haven't faced Team 7, right?
We haven't faced Team 7 and the other team that I do not know of.
I believe it's I'll double check for you in a bit. But yeah, definitely both of these two teams are going to be going up against Written and Sons. They are both looking to qualify. So if this team goes, it could possibly take Team 7 to first, which means that Written and Sons would have some catching up to do in terms of points. But in the meantime, it is fun to tell you guys for the tournament that is coming up on Saturday and Sunday next week. We're going to be having an all-ladies tournament, which will have 12 female teams. We're going to bring them here very soon for the draw. I mean, it is round robin, so you guys are going to get to see them in action. So you guys can let us know which teams that you guys are going to be supporting. We even have a team from Angola. It is called, let me get you the name. They've got a cool name here, so let me not butcher it. But it is another team from, they're called, I'll get the name. But anyways, there's a team from Kenya. There's a team from Angola. There are a few teams from South Africa and a few teams from Madagascar. So that's going to be a very exciting game where there are Botswana players in this tournament too. So lots of female teams, lots of female action, 12 teams in mind. So we're going to find out which teams take the victory, which teams win, and who is the best female team in Southern Africa is what we're also going to find out. So I'm excited for those 2 games. So that is next weekend. This is going to be us and all the top female talent in our server. Actually, he's back right now, as it looks like they are going to
team turret has been destroyed.
Take down the mid lane turret.
It does seem like they take down the mid lane turret, but they aren't going straight for the turtle like I thought. I wonder why that's the case. Maybe they were looking to pick off the Granger, but the Granger saw. So now they are heading their way back to the turtle, which changes to Lord because it's 8 minutes. Alright. Sun does manage to jump onto the Zetin, but he is alive with half her HP. While Sun is caught in the middle of everything, he manages to escape. Kufa jumps in, Lapu as well with the Brave Spider. He does get the Zetian. Is he gonna look for more? Team 7 does seem to look for more, but they seem to be happy with what they've gotten. So Lord is still up for grabs. Will they take it? It does seem so.
Looks like it's going to be an uncontested Lord as the side of Team 7 are looking to get their second victory of the evening. They're going to close us off with a win. Red Team was not used, so they might use it around the map. But Sun Jungle apparently is working for the side of Team 7.
Yes, which surprised me a lot because they pushed it into an export, which I would say counters them quite hard. But Team 7 has been handling it very well and are in the lead by 3,000. They're gonna look for a gank onto the Granger and do get him. So now the clinch is almost even on gold compared to the Granger. And Xenos really doesn't have anything going for him right now.
Certainly, and it looks like the side of Xenos are on the back foot once again as the Lord is marching down in the mid lane. Flint is going to be able to secure another turret for their team as Sun which is he's doing what he's known for, which is split pushing, but he's able to do that uncontested with nothing, along with his retribution.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
Sun takes another turret in the top lane, and it seems like each lane is crashing down. So Xenos has to send members all over the place. Meanwhile, Benedetta uses Electro Final Blow and doesn't seem to get the Sun. Only his clones.
Certainly, Kufra is loading in, he wants to go into the backline. Oh, and they've already committed something for the Quixana. If they're still trying to go in, Lasso with the Brave Spider into the backline. Looks like the next person to go out is going to be the Brock. The killing to be coming out for the side. Ooh, fantastic view of the beginning of the damage starting out. It's going to go down. Sun is in the backline. Kufra is still trying to bring in the team. Vamos for the side of Team 7. That's the only word I know, man. Vamos and I'm trying to find another word, but I can't find it. I'll figure it out by the end of the stream.
I don't have much words either, so it's okay. But yeah, beautiful zoning from the Lapu during that team fight, making sure that the backline could not help the Grok as he was taken down. And now, Team 7 has pushed into Xenos' inhibitor turret. And I feel like what they need to do now is to just keep stealing jungle from Xenos and then end with the next Lord. What do you think Xenos can do here?
Oh, that's exactly what they can do. They can capitalize on the mistake that Team 7 are about to make, as they are the ones that are leading. Even the recalls are coming off from 8-4, who's fully health, but he's recalling them and he's showing them that he's enjoying the game. This time around, looks like the side of Xenos are now on the back foot. Last game, the same thing that happened to them was a slight mistake in the late game, and that's exactly what they can look for as the game progresses. Oh, Lapu in a lot of trouble, but he's still going to be safe. Sana already commits the ultimate, but Missiles goes down for the side of Xenos as he's 14 seconds towards the neutral objective. Sun is already there. He's taking he's full health already. He's got full build. He went for Frozen Side, Windtalker, and he's also already got that Sea Halberd. So he's very, very much got a lot of damage.
7k gold lead for the side of Team 7, and they seem to have taken another Lord. And potentially this might be the last Lord of the night.
Potentially indeed. Xenos looks like they are still in the base. They're trying to defend us. They're trying to slow the pressure down, trying to slow the momentum here. Relentless onslaught pressure coming in from Yumuru and the boys is simply a bit too much right now. 6 towers to 1. How can the side of Xenos respond? As it looks like the Lord is going to be synced up. The minions are synced up. Not only the top lane minion, but they should be able to synchronize this and try to end the game for their side and make this a 2-0 sweep for the side of Team 7.
Mid lane and bot lane are crashing in. Will Lapu or Kufra do anything about it? Okay, Kufra charging in. They here if the Phoenix comes out, they do engage electrify the blow as well. After the Lord. Tectonic charge comes in, but Grok does go down. So far, only one person from the side of Xenos goes down. Can they defend this? Team 7. Clint does get taken out from the Benedetta. Very good pickup from her, but Sun gets her ult, hits his ult, and kicks off the Zetian. Export last insanity goes for the Vexana, but he does have Flicker and manages to escape, while Lapu is just swinging that big sword all over the place to get his HP back. So all 3 inhibitors have been pushed in, but it does seem like Xenos are able to defend this.
Certain tectonic shot onto the tower. Sun was busy recalling, but he managed to escape. Can he get out of this chain? That's a shutdown kill. The recalls are coming in, but that's certainly not how you want to end this game. That's a good shutdown kill as more recalls are coming in. The side of Team 7 definitely think they can win this, and they definitely bring in the pressure, but the small mistakes are making this game just a bit longer. But they're having fun. They're in the lead, and they're flexing on the enemies. They're flexing on the haters. There are no haters actually, because they are leading in the votes. So it's Team 7, Xenos, who needs to stunt on the haters. They need to make a comeback happen here.
Can Sun do something to regain the aura he just lost there? Okay, but yeah, Xenos, the goal deficit hasn't increased at least, so there might be a chance for them to make a comeback. But yeah, it does seem like Team 7 is just gonna, the front line is just gonna hang around and not seem to make any mistakes like they did before, while Lord is still gonna spawn in 27 seconds.
Certainly, the Lord is going to be spawning in 20 seconds, as Giga mentioned. But again, it is time for this team of ZEÑØ to try and figure out who they can pick off. Maybe get a kill on someone who overextends like a Lapo. They are thinking whether or not we try to defend this lane or we go for the Lord. And it looks like the call has been made to try and at least save the lane for them. ZENO's opponents, 3-7, they're already by drafting a lot of trouble, forcing with the flip. They got the turning shot, but there's no one there to go take that kill down. He goes down. OG dead right now, as it looks like he is. Two people for the side of ZENØ are dead. Lapo goes into the bravest fighter. He's just gonna go in. Kufra is loading. He wants to dive into this. Saves it because patience is what wins the game. As they're looking to get this game down and over with. Tara's already in. Kufra is loading once again. Goes into the backline. He's not able to get this, but the team is stuck up. They locked onto the Tara. They're trying to end this game. Sun already on the base. And they are able to take this in a 2-0 sweep. Team 7 are now the first team in their group. And they
Victory!
They're in a good position to qualify right now because even if they do lose, it's going to be very difficult for the teams that are still in the group to try and qualify because they got the full 6 points. So they can maybe worst thing that can happen is probably get second place, but we can find out. I could be wrong, guys. I could be making all of this stuff up. Fine, wait until the bracket is over. But Giga, what are your thoughts? These are both of the teams that you have faced and the teams that you will be facing. What do you think is going to happen in the next game?
I feel like Team 7 played this really well, and I am excited to face against them whenever it's our turn to play again. But Xenos, they also played very well. I would say much better than when I faced against them the other day. So like I'm very impressed with the performance of both teams. And yeah, that's about it. The cleanse damage late game was absolutely insane.
Certainly, man, you are right about that. Good damage, good game from both teams, but even a better game for the side of Team 7. 2-0, getting the 6 points in total in their group. As we're going to be seeing more games from this group, but both of these teams did well. Xenos did okay, but in that game, just the damage is simply too much and they had no response to it. OG Kuro tried to build the right path that you can go for, chastise, domize, but the damage that was there was just simply too much. That is going to be the final game of the evening for us as we move on to more games tomorrow, more exciting games. Mobile Southern Africa has the matches ready, so you guys are going to be able to see more matches from us. But again, as I've already mentioned, 23rd and 24th mark the date. It's an all ladies female tournament. So many different teams in that tournament, so I'm excited. Teams from all sorts, Southern African teams. So tomorrow we're going to start posting the posters so you guys get to see the teams and support and rally behind your favorite female team in the tournament. So from our side, Giga, do you want to say goodbye? Kai, do you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, guys. Have a good rest of the night. Sleep well.
Goodbye, everyone.
We'll see you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We've reached 830 subscribers. So we are going to be very soon. So you guys are probably wondering what's happening with the shorts competition. We have now 10 clips. Those 10 clips are going to be going up for voting from next week. So you guys can vote for what clip you guys found to be the best of the week. But yeah, from our side, good evening, good night. Bon appetit. I forgot how to say good night in Portuguese. I'll figure it out, guys. Have a good sleep.